What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Black Bear Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Robb. Got a full house today. My co-host to the right of me, Chef West. Below him, you got Jeremy, the EQ super fan. Then we got a new guy I'm going to introduce to y'all in a second, Ronnie B. Today, we're going to talk about the bombshell Caleb Williams article that came out by Seth Wickerstaff. I think I'm Wicker Sam, something like that. And then we're gonna break down this schedule. Gonna go through each game, predict wins, lose, or draw, and just talk about why we feel that way. All that and a lot more right after this. Fellas. Sunday night. Great time to do a podcast, actually. I think last week we did Sunday night, and we was carrying a good audience throughout the entire show. I was shocked. That was one of our better audiences. But we got a new guy joining us. He's making his podcasting debut, bottom left of the screen, Ronnie B. Talk to him for a little bit, man.
What's up, Chicago Bears Nation? This is Ronnie B.
Yes, sir.
Honored and privileged to be here with these guys. They're a great group of guys. Yes, we're all passionate. You know, we're going to mix it up. We're going to get along sometimes and not other times. But it's all about the Bears, man, and the passion, the city. It's just everything to me. And I'm just so excited and glad to be here and honored. Like I said, I'm ready to get it. Let's go.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into it. Waste no time. One of the topics that we actually didn't plan on talking about this week. Caleb Williams and the bombshell article that came out from Seth. I don't want to butcher his name again, but Seth. I'm gonna call him Seth until I pull up his graphic and I can actually read his name. But Seth, he's actually writing a book. A lot of Bears fans wonder why now? Why is it coming out? It's the day after the schedule release or 2 days after the schedule release. Why is this coming out now? He's writing a book called American Kings. I want to say Life of the Quarterback, right?
Yeah, something like that. Something stupid.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hey, next time they just jump in and correct me. But Seth Wickersham. He wrote a book. So it's not just Caleb, but obviously he got to promote this book. And probably one of the biggest names, the biggest fan base quarterbacks in that book is the Chicago Bears. So what other city you gonna use to rile up and promote your book? Bear Truth, shout out to Bear Truthy in the chat, showing love as always. We gonna kick it off like this. I'm gonna play Seth discussing his book for a little bit. Immediately after, we gonna give our thoughts and opinions on it, on what he had to say. This is Seth Wickersham on 670 The Score.
I think that Carl is a very astute guy. And we can talk about, the unhinged quarterback dads all we want, but there's like a point to this, and that's that a lot of the success for quarterbacks depends on luck, and it depends on your employer. And he wanted his son to have the best chance of success and to go to a team that, had an established and innovative offensive mind. And he wanted to try to figure out ways for that to happen, whether it was, he tried to find like any loophole he could. He consulted with lawyers, people like Marvin Demoff, Archie Manning, who helped do a little bit of that with Eli Manning back in the day. They considered whether to sign with the United Football League, for a year and then if that would let him be an unrestricted free agent now. But as it got closer, it was just clear that their options were limited. The only thing he could really do was return to school. He didn't want to do that. And so they went forward with the draft process. He went to the combine. He met with the Bears, and he met also with Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Vikings. And he really vibed well with O'Connell, so much to the point where he kind of started to dream of working with him. Obviously, that was a real long shot because the Vikings are a divisional rival, and I don't think the Bears were going to trade Caleb or the pick to a divisional rival. So it kind of left it to them as like, what are you going to do? And Ryan Poles, the GM of the Bears, told Caleb, "We're drafting you no matter what." And so really his only option was to try to do what Jack and John Elway did in 1983, and that's, go after a city and make it the situation untenable. Carl Williams was ready to do it if that's what his son wanted, but at the end of the day, Caleb didn't want to, and as he told me, I wasn't ready to nuke Chicago. And, after he visited the Bears, he came back and said, I can do it here. I want to be a Bear.
How close do you think the Williams family was to actually not being drafted by the Bears in some way, either getting out of it or having one of these plans come to fruition?
The gasoline's out. Do we want to light the match? And Caleb didn't want to light the match.
Caleb did not want to light the match. First of all, did y'all fellas hear that okay?
Yeah.
So Caleb did not want to light the match. Look, before we continue, hit that like button subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. We go live every Sunday during the off season and post-game shows and pre-game shows during the season. Hit that like button for us. Show us some love. Look, you heard what he said. Caleb didn't want to light the match. So we're going to go around the horn real quick and just give our thoughts on this crazy news, and I'll kick it off. First of all, as I told y'all fellas in the group chat, and we actually talked about this, Wes, when this shit came out last year a little bit, once we got going, it was nothing new. I'm not shocked by it. There are parts of it that I'm shocked about, but the main part where they talk about Caleb not actually wanting to be a Chicago Bear, I talked about this last year. I wasn't surprised. Why would he? No quarterback worth a damn would honestly want to. You know what I mean? And that's no offense to Chicago, but you are who you are. We are who we are. You know what I mean? So switch that around. So I was not shocked by it, nor was I upset by it when it came to Caleb. I think Chicago Bears fans should be happy knowing this information, that he decided not to, quote unquote, nuke the city of Chicago. Like, come on, man. Imagine if we did not get him. Would we take Jayden Daniels? I don't know. Because clearly Ryan Poles don't care how these players feel. Like he said he told Caleb, "I'm drafting you no matter what. I don't care if you love Kevin O'Connell. I don't care. I'm drafting you, kid, no matter what." So my initial thoughts from hearing that summary of the piece is basically, we knew this. Some Bears fans were in denial when it first came out last year, but we knew it. Come on now, let's be 100 and keep it real with ourselves. Chicago just ruined Mitch, ruined Justin, and so on and so forth. The Chicago Bears fan base should be happy he decided not to nuke the city of Chicago. That's my initial thoughts when I heard this piece. Talk to me, fellas. Who got next? Don't be afraid.
Okay, I'll go next. I was very shocked when it came out, to be honest, but I also understand it, and I knew it. They had mentioned it earlier, like last year or whatever, but they didn't go into depth too much. It didn't seem like they brushed on it and then they let it go. Mm-hmm. And now it's resurfacing an even bigger story because somebody's writing about it. Of course, it's all about the publicity. What can he get? Whatever. But to me, the bottom line is I understand him. I understand his family, and I understand who we are. Like you said, I know who we are. And if I'm him, I'm running too at that time. I'm trying to figure a way out of the bear trap. I don't want to be stuck.
The bear trap.
Yeah, the bear trap. Got to get your foot out the bear trap. But
yes, sir.
But give him kudos for coming here and trying to make the situation that was ugly in his eyes a pretty situation. And they tried a little bit last year, but they didn't do what they should have did. And I feel like they cleaned it up more this year for him to have a better chance at success. So the fact that he didn't want to come here to begin with doesn't make me upset at all because I get it. But you're here now and you're committed, and let's go win some games.
Wes, I mean, we both are parents. Let me ask you this question. Do you ever feel bad that you've made your kids Bears fans? Because I do. There's plenty of times where I go, I love you children. I want the best for you. And I have brought you into, my daughter is 15. She has experienced 2 playoff appearances and 2 L's. That's it. My son, I've taken my son to, we've had season tickets for the past 5 years. I've watched each of them cry at Packers games at Soldier Field. I mean, I don't want to be a Bears fan. This is just what it is. Like, I don't blame Carl or Caleb one bit for being skeptical about this. To be honest, I mean, I think like if we really want to think about it, Poles is damn lucky that he got Ben Johnson, because we could have very easily ended up with him in year 2 with some other Eberflus schlub, Trace Armstrong boy clone. Because we all know that, like, I mean, Trace Armstrong is the reason that Eberflus got hired. Like, it was all backhanded deals between Poles having Trace Armstrong representation and Eberflus. That marriage was made before Poles probably even took the job. There wasn't a process. So I mean, my thought is, I'm glad Poles said what he had to say. I give him credit for that. As Ricky mentioned, give Ryan Poles credit for saying whatever he said to him. Yeah, I do. But I think the bottom line is, like, this whole thing about the film, like, I didn't know how to watch film. Here's the thing. It's wrong that they didn't do a better job of helping him with that. But the other thing I'll say is, you're also a professional. So you got Lincoln Riley. He's your mentor. You couldn't call him and ask him what you're supposed to do in watching film. I mean, I just think that there's two sides of that element, which is like, yeah, they should have done more. They should have been better, because we knew that staff sucked. No one went into last year going, I feel great about this with Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron. I don't think, and I mean, we liked the weapons. We liked sort of what some of the things we'd done. We thought the O-line would be better, but I don't think anyone was like, oh, with Eberflus, this is going to be a great situation. I think we're all just sort of like, shit, this is probably going to be bad. At worst case scenario, it's not terrible. Waldron, I mean, and by the time we found out, week 6, we found out that they didn't even have a script of plays for him. Only quarterback in the league that doesn't have his first 15 plays scripted and rehearsed. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I just think Poles was lucky that and I give a lot of credit. We were talking about this in the group text before we started. I give Kevin Warren a lot of credit. I think Kevin Warren asserted himself into this process to hire this head coach. They spoke to everybody. My mom got a dang phone call about the Bears head coaching vacancy. Everybody had gone in. I mean, they had pulled people from all over the place. They spoke to 40-some candidates to sort of get a pulse on who the guy was, and they knew Ben was the guy all the time. So I would say, like, no shock. I want to hear from Wes on this, but I give a lot of credit to Kevin Warren. And I don't want my kids to be Bears fans. This is what it is. So I don't blame Carl Williams. I had the chance to meet Carl Williams. I got a great picture with him and my kid at one of the games. Like, okay. I think for me, you know what, as a dad, I totally understand wanting your kid to be in the best situation possible. And if we're going to call a spade, it sure as hell is not being quarterback for the Chicago Football Bears.
It's funny you say that. Before you go, Wes, I just want to say, I do joke around with my lady sometimes, like, there's no way in hell I'm allowing our children to be Bears fans. Just to piggyback off what you're saying, I joke sometimes, probably like, when it does happen, you're going to be a Bears fan. But I joke sometimes and say, yeah, ain't no way in hell I'm putting.
If you want the best for your kids, you're not bringing them into this. I mean, it's too late for me,
You're already in it.
You're already in it.
Talk to us, Wes.
I mean, just to answer your question, Jeremy. I guess I'm just different. I love being a Bears fan, even through all the bad. Like, I just love everything about the Bears, man. I love Chicago. I love every single sports teams. I don't root for or spend nothing on no other teams. I mean, I will watch them, because I'm a fan of the sport and all that kind of stuff. But it's Chicago everything in here. My kids, you gonna be Bears fans. You better not come in here talking about you want to be a Packers fan or even a Cardinals fan, even because we're down here in Arizona. Don't bring no red in here unless it's Bulls red. So that's just the way I am when it comes down to it. Now, do I understand his approach to it and what Carl wanted for his child? Of course. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at Caleb or anything. And to go back to when we went through it, Mark, last year when we heard the rumors coming out, I was the one on here saying, I don't know why you wouldn't want to be a part of a historic franchise like the Chicago Bears. I understand that it has not been good. It has been some issues and other things like that, but why won't you want to come in and turn it around? Do you know, a lot of the, even on ESPN 1000, they say, hey, if you come in here and you turn the Chicago Bears franchise around, you will never pay for nothing in the city of Chicago again. Michael Jordan walk around, Derrick Rose walk around Chicago. I don't think they pay for anything. They don't have to do nothing. They come in, they don't get bothered. You don't have to worry about any of that when you're in Chicago, when you're a Chicago legend.
Y'all think they treat Derrick Rose like that?
Yeah, I just seen a video the other day. Yeah, I seen a video the other day. He was walking down.
I was just gonna say, Wes, D Rose didn't even win the chip, and they still treat him that way. I mean,
he's the city MVP. That's who he is. He can walk around on entourage, nothing. He ain't got to worry about nobody running up on him. They give him respect. Like I said, I saw a video last week or within the last 2 weeks of him walking down Michigan Ave by himself. Everybody, hey, what's up, D Rose? How y'all doing? And kept walking on like nobody with him. He wasn't doing because. You're Derrick Rose. Ain't nobody gonna touch you. Say no, we ain't gonna bother you because we don't want no smoke. No, you don't want to be the guy who got Derrick Rose mad in Chicago because you know what I mean. You don't
city assassin.
Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah. So, but like I say, I understand why and what they wanted, and I get all of that. Am I shocked? No. Do I care? No. I didn't. I don't care that he wanted to go somewhere else. You got to have options. He had to have options. It is other best fits for certain people, and we wasn't there last season. And to talk about the Eberflus, I told Mark them last season how many wins will Eberflus have to win to win his job. I said a Super Bowl. If he didn't win a Super Bowl last year, I would still fire him. He could have had 15 wins, and if you would have lost in the second round of play, I would have still fired him. I would have still fired him
because we seen it from the jump. We were
we seen it from the jump.
All off season last year. Flus should not be here. Absolutely
shouldn't be here. But in my whole thing, like I put in the group text, it's like, oh man, we need a quarterback. Do we want Bryce Young? And we could say bring up the CJ Stroud kind of thing. It's like I don't know if Bryce Young that guy to come to Chicago. I don't know. He kind of tiny, kind of small. I don't think he's hard enough to be a Chicago Bears quarterback. Let's trade it away and let's see what's coming out next year because you got the Jaden Daniels and the Caleb Williams and the Bo Nick. Like one of those might be a little bit better than what we got now. The same thing with Eberflus. That's how I felt. I'm like, who would have been our coach if we would have fired Eberflus last summer?
Look, you mentioned Bryce Young real quick. I just want 68 sacks. Can that little body hold 68 sacks?
That's what I'm saying. Like, can he withstand that Chicago win? That win off the lakefront is cold. It's chilling. It get down in your bones. So can he withstand this Chicago life? I doubted it, but I knew Caleb could. He had the star power. He already has been criticized. He knows what it is to stand up and take big chunks and big hits when it comes to media. So. Yeah, I can see why we took that, and I can see why we held on to Flus for another year. Because I was thinking about it too. Like, and Mark, you said too, like, man, if we fire him, who we gonna get? And we all said we don't know, but it got to be better than Flus. That was the kind of the joke. Yeah. So I knew. And when it came to Shane Waldron, I was like, okay, give him a chance. But I started posting it, sending it to our group chat back in the day. I'm like, dude, I don't think Shane is even doing his job. I said that when I came back from Washington out to the Fair Mary. I said, this dude out here now, he's not even doing nothing. Like, I didn't even see anything from him. Like, he wasn't even participating. Like, he didn't even get a participation trophy this season because he sucks so bad at not doing his job. You got Caleb over there dying, falling all over the bench, and you're sitting there smiling like we're doing a good job right now.
What's going on? What's going on with this? Wes, you got fans now?
What you mean?
You got fans now? This is crazy.
I've known Steve for a long time. He sold me out real quick. He's with Wes now. I've known Steve for a minute.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's better than last season. Last season, I know nothing about football, so
yeah. It seemed like over time I've been seeing a lot more of these chats come in your favor. But look,
hey man, I do what you're talking about. Yeah, I do the research.
Wes,
I spend a couple days a week on this.
Wes, when you bring up the Washington game, I just go, there were two men in charge: Shane Waldron in the offense and Matt Eberflus for the head coach, and they went, 3rd and 1 on the 1 yard line. I know. Let me hand it to Doug Kramer. Let me give it to the mini fridge. And then after the game, they said, I don't regret the call at all. I mean, it's one thing. Like, I don't think I'm a male model. I don't think I'm a handsome man, but I know it. It's one thing to be like, I am incompetent and I don't know I'm incompetent. That is crazy. They go or when they give up that huge 18-yard pass on the sideline at the end of the game, and they go, nope, I would have done it the same way again. Bro, you lost. What do you mean you do it the same way? You
Same way again. Oh my God, good point. Great
exactly. We said that. We said that like when we was on a losing streak, Mark. What we say? How we gonna cut up this blame pie? And I wanted to give like 70 to the staff. And Mark was like, nah, these grown men, they get paid millions of dollars. They on podcasts and giving up on plays. I'm like, I get that much, but they need adults. You know what I'm saying, Jeremy? Kids need punishment, the timeouts, whoopings, spankings, take their phones, take their electronics.
Mine are listening right now, Wes. You hear that? Your boys inside. They're inside the house right now. They better know. Wes and I are aligned on that.
Everything, it's got to be consequences, man. And there wasn't no consequences for a lot of the stuff. And it was just crazy. And like I said, I held on to, I'm not going to blame Pose until he came out and said, what did he say, Mark? I saw things that I had questioned and I didn't say nothing. Oh, now you just fell off the West wagon. I was hugging you, Pose. I was hugging you. And now I'm folding my arms on you, man. Like all of that kind of stuff just shows you, like, I'm not even to blame the players for what it is. And it, like I said, it proves Carl right. What his son was going into was not good.
Yeah.
And y'all went out and did it. And instead of taking responsibility, hey, look, we're gonna try to do some things, we're gonna try to change some things. We see some stuff, we're gonna have to, adjust and realign. And we're just not who we supposed to be. We need to figure out how we none of that. It's we're out there on the turf, soliloquies and cute responses, and we'll do it all over again. What? Why would you do it all over again? Yeah, that's insanity.
Look, it seems like we all are aligned on this, that we don't fault Caleb or even his dad, not one bit, for wanting to or just having doubts on becoming a Bear. But I do got a question for y'all. What about the Vikings part? Knowing that he actually not just wanted to go, he fell in love. I'm gonna call it what it is. He fell in love with the idea of being coached by Kevin O'Connell. And if he could have forced some type of trade to the Vikings, he'd be, and he'd be playing for one of our division rivals right now.
I mean,
does that part move you at all?
No. I mean, if you would have told me before Ben Johnson that I could have Kevin O'Connell as my head coach, I'd have taken Matt Eberflus, I'd have hacked him in pieces, shoved him in a UPS box, and sent him first class anywhere, and I would have brought Kevin O'Connell right in. So I mean, no, like anyone, if you looked objectively at those two situations and you go Kevin O'Connell or Matt Eberflus, if you say you'd want Matt Eberflus, you need help. I mean, there is no one who should be saying that.
Yeah.
Ronnie, Wes, what's your thoughts? Does it move you at all?
That doesn't really matter to me, that if he wanted to go to Minnesota. I just wonder, did Minnesota, they're obviously aware of it and the coach knew it, and did they make the call, do you think? Did they get in touch with the Bears to see if they could pull some strings and make something happen? I'm saying they did behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that something that they maybe pushed for, Caleb? The Bears ain't going to admit to it if they did, but right. I'm just wondering if there was more stuff going on behind the scenes, because he looked like he was trying to pull an Eli move, like how they got out of the Chargers and this and that, and that was way back. That was 20 years ago, but yeah, it doesn't matter to me really, because he's not there and we're here, so it is what it is, man. I'm ready to move on.
Well, just to go on what you were just saying, Ronnie, I hope it is no way that a phone call from Minnesota, Green Bay, or Detroit ever makes it through the walls of Hallis Hall. I don't care. Right. I don't want to hear nothing from neither one of those three teams. I'm not interested in trading with y'all. Nothing. If y'all get a player, y'all did that with agents on the outside of Hallis Hall. We not accepting y'all call. Y'all block like a bad ex. Like we not accepting no calls. And on top of that, of course, like you just said, Kevin O'Connell, it wasn't like he was going to go over there with McVay. It wasn't like he was going to go to Shanahan. It wasn't like he was going to go over to Andy. Like, so where are you going to go if you want to be a good offensive situation? Most of those people already got their quarterbacks. So, of course, you go to the one that needs the quarterback. So, sure, Kevin O'Connell was the one that intrigued him. He needs a quarterback. I want an offensive-minded head coach. I want to be in a good situation. 49ers had Mr. Irrelevant, Golf is over there and Cali and Patrick is down there in Kansas City. So where else do you really think you're gonna get that kind of experience at?
And Mama Blue Smith is saying, it's bogus for him to basically say, but you got to remember that with NIL, these guys got their own money. So it's like, he came into the league with, 8 figures in the bank before he even got drafted. And I think that I don't think it's right. I don't think he should. I mean, I think going to the UFL is a wild, but to his point, he put all the options on the table and looked at it all and then made the best decision for himself. And I just feel like as a parent, I would do the same thing for my kid. If I would sit with him or her and I would say, here are your options. Let's talk through your options. And in the end, you make the call. You're a grown adult. You decide what you want to do. And that's why, like Carl Williams, I get it. And if we're honest, like Carl Williams was 100% correct. Everything that Carl Williams worried about happened. Literally everything. The went through 3 play callers, no coaching, no development, no offensive line. I mean, anything that you would have worried about going into the Bears situation actually came true exactly as you would have feared it to. So we got bailed out with this Ben Johnson thing. Knock on wood. I think without Ben Johnson, I would be really feeling differently about this season. I feel a lot better because he's here.
For sure. What I'm gonna do real quick, because I'm gonna swap you and Ronnie B real quick just to fix something real quick, and we'll continue going. Hang on a second. All right, we're good. We're back. So, no, I agree, especially when you say the feeling right now will be a lot different if we didn't have Ben Johnson. And Wes, I was real high on Mike Vrabel, but when this come out, you gotta think, like, when you see Kevin O'Connell and Caleb Williams, because if you go back and listen to some of the pressers that they had after we played the Vikings and them two just fawning over each other, you gotta think, is y'all gonna put in a call for Kevin O'Connell and make a trade? Because I don't know if y'all remember, there was like trade rumors for Kevin O'Connell, a little bit of trade rumors right after the end of the season, some weird stuff like that. Now,
forgot about that. I remember hearing that.
It probably wasn't gonna happen, but you got to think, once this actually comes out like this, at this point, if Ben Johnson isn't your head coach, get on the phone and try to make some shake or something.
For sure.
So I'm right there with you in that aspect. Another thing with this situation is, and we all agree on this, but there's a lot of Bears fans like Mama Blues, and shout out to Mama Blues. She's a long-time listener of the show. She's in the chat right now. What top 10 pick thinks he's got G to he thinks he's gonna go to a good team. Now, that's a good point. If you're top, that's it, number 1 overall pick like Caleb was, let's be very specific, you're gonna go to a bad team. Now, I'm sure we all thought, like most Bears fans thought, this is the best situation a rookie quarterback could be coming into. I think everybody said that at one point last offseason.
Yeah.
Clearly it was not. Clearly it wasn't. And
the crazy thing, it was simple. Like it was the lack of interest in doing their job. Because it didn't even seem like they were doing their job, like they weren't even trying. And it just, you saw it going into the field. I mean, if you watch some of the guys, I think I saw Kyler on a podcast talking about how the locker room was weird that season, because it's like, okay, we're losing, we're looking for guidance, we're looking for some type of rah brave heart painted face kind of speech to get us going, or like I said, some type of consequences, like you were saying, Mark Glasses, no more podcasts because that's interrupting, it's showing on the field, some type of change or something to happen to get this team back going in the right direction, and it wasn't happening. And then when we asked these professionals, right, they the best to do it, right, these coaching staff, like, well, what do you think is going on? Like, what are you guys gonna do? Oh no, we're headed in the right direction. We're doing, no, you just lost 7 straight games. What do you mean you headed in the right direction? What do you mean you're gonna do it all over again? So go do the same month and a half all the way over again and just do everything the same way? Because it wasn't like, oh man, things just didn't go our way on that one play. No, it was whole entire games, whole entire series. I mean, we went weeks when we first came out the first series, we barely even got a first down.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing to change these kind of things to improve the next week and week by week? And then you see Thomas Brown, on Twitter, somebody sent me the Thomas Brown appreciation post. When Thomas Brown came in and became the offensive coordinator, you start seeing some slight differences. I'm not saying he made leaps and bounds and changes, but you saw some type of progression. You saw some changes. You saw some utilizations here and there, and it started to look progressive, to say. And it's like, where was that at? Like,
I mean, Wes, I hate to bring this up. We talked about this last week, and when we got into our, I just say JF1 conversation. I don't want to go too far back into that. But one of the things that I think, I mean, let's put it out on the table. Is Justin Fields top 10 starter in the league if he lands in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell first, instead of a Matt Nagy, I'm about to be fired situation, or Ryan Pace, I'm about to be fired situation? I certainly think that's a possible scenario. So I'm with you, Mama Blue. I know there's a bit of entitlement in the way that the athletes are now. The NIL thing is different. It's weird. I agree with you. I agree with everything you're saying. But I also feel like, you know, ultimately the draft won and the NFL won because he ended up saying, yep, I'm going to go to the Bears. I'm going to go to the team with the first pick. But I do think that wouldn't have been a conversation probably 5 years ago. But these guys have their own money now. And whether you like it or don't like it, I mean, it's just a different world in terms of I do think the NIL stuff is going to get reined in a bit. I think like after this Nevada thing with that kid leaving, or Tennessee, I'm sorry, with that quarterback left Tennessee and said, I'm out, and you know, y'all are on your own. I think that'll be a different situation. But for now, you know, these guys are made men before they get here in terms of their finances, and it's just a different conversation than it was. They have more options, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Wes, what you think about that? JF1 being a better quarterback if he went to the Vikings. Don't think you said the Vikings, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, the Vikings. But I don't think it would be just, you know, a Vikings thing. I mean, it depends on would he would have been the same quarterback if he went to like the Browns or maybe New England or, you know, somewhere else. It was some terrible teams out there. Would he be the same? I mean, if you're going to put somebody in a situation where that organization has already got an idea where they want to go and what they want to do and how they want to use Justin Fields, then I think he's going to be in a better situation. I think we were in that still kind of, I mean, before we got Justin Fields, I think we were still kind of mad that Khalil Mack and all of them, you know, like we were trading people away and then turn around and then the Roschon thing, and it was still being torn down when Justin came in. So I don't even think he came into a team and an organization. Like, I think our number one receiver was Darnell Mooney at that point in time. So I don't know. But I'm pretty sure if he went to Minnesota, he would have had a better start, at least looked better, or been looked at or viewed better than he did when he first came with the Bears.
That's a good point. Like you said, either looked at or viewed better. Perception is reality, though. So, which is it's kind of fucked up sometimes, but that's just how it goes. All right, so let's keep this pushing. Let's go and turn the page and look at the flip side of this. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I think I want all Bears fans, especially the ones who don't like Caleb because of this story. Which, if you don't like Caleb because of this, that means you were in denial back a year ago when this really came out, started to surface. He chose not to nuke the city of Chicago. He ultimately decided, I can do this for this city. I can come in and change things for this organization. We have doubts going into a lot of decisions and choices we make in life. That doesn't mean once we jump in and it works out for us, we should be, you know, faulted for doubting, you know, making that decision in the first place. So, like I said, I want to turn the page and I want to listen to Ben Johnson, what he has to say about this, because he was asked about this by Colin Cowherd. Here's Ben Johnson on the Colin Cowherd show.
Human beings are the same in one aspect. If you're afraid of flying and you're on a plane and the minute turbulence hits, where does your mind go? back to your fears. So I reported a year ago, Seth Wickersham reported it today, that Caleb was worried about the history of the Bears offense. And so you didn't inherit it. That's not your issue. You don't care about that. But there is a psychology, Ben, that's true. He goes into a 2-week losing streak, and it's turbulence on a plane that he was scared to fly anyway. How do you ensure that when there are bumps in this division, and there are bumps for him, that those fears that are now reported of, oh man, this organization and quarterback, he's had those. That's okay. Some installed by his dad, whatever. How do you ensure during the turbulence of this season, and there will be, your division's too good, there's too many good teams on the schedule, how do you ensure he doesn't lose faith and belief in your system?
Well, you talk about fears, and I don't see it quite the same way. I see this as what a great opportunity we have to do something that really has never been done. There hasn't been a 4,000-yard passer here in this franchise, and I think Caleb's going to be the first one, and one of many years, many seasons to come where he's able to accomplish that feat. So I see a chance for greatness here for him. He's been communicated that way, and he feels the same way. I don't know what's gone on prior to him joining the organization, but he is very proud to be a Chicago Bear. That's what our conversations have included, and he's really excited to get to work right now and be the best version of himself for 2025. There's no question we're going to face adversity. Both he will, he's not going to. We want to see growth from here to here over the course of the season. It's not going to be linear growth. It's going to be a little bit of ups and downs and stair steps along the way. But we want to see from game 1 to game 17 that we're getting better as a whole. And that's not just him. That's us as a team as well. So I'm excited. That's what makes coaching fun, is when the hiccups occur, when the adversity strikes, how do we respond to it? That's when you find out who you are as a man.
Sound like Ben Johnson, and rightfully, he wasn't involved in this. He was in Detroit at the time when all this was going down. So this shit don't faze him at all. And rightfully so. It sounds like he's met Caleb and he's talked to Caleb. And from what he's experienced, Caleb ready to do this. And we saw that when he played for us game in and game out, getting sacked 68 times. Caleb is ready to put it all on the line for the city of Chicago. Yes, he doubted getting in a relationship with you at the beginning, but he's put in the work game in and game out, even when shit was burning around him. He never came out and talked bad about the team. He never came out, put people down. He didn't throw anybody under the bus, because Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron, he had doubts about Shane Waldron before he got drafted, which is crazy. That was also in the article. And I'm like, how did you know that? And you ain't even get drafted to the Bears yet. You got doubts about Shane Waldron. Never wavered. Not one bit. You got DJ Moore walking off the field on him. You got this O-line, whether you think the sacks was on him or not, the O-line was not good. And he still got up to that podium during a 10-game losing streak and had faith in this team every single game. So, like I said, turning the page, Ben Johnson ain't even thinking about it. Apparently, Caleb Williams don't even seem, in Ben Johnson's eyes, he don't even seem like this even happened before, because Caleb's so locked in for the Chicago Bears. Thoughts on what y'all just heard from Ben Johnson and what he said, Caleb Williams having multiple 4,000-yard seasons?
I mean, I'll go first. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, we knew the questions that was happening. We knew what was going on. We know that it was a question. When we said Shane Waldron, I'd say, hey, we got to give him a chance. I mean, you get a chance. You got hired. It's your first day. Okay, you get a little time. But, hey, look, you can be fired at any moment if you're not doing a job. So my whole thing that bothers me about that whole clip is the understanding of kind of what Colin was saying about, like, oh, man, you know, if you was in a car crash or a plane crash and like you revert back to fears, not if you practice those fears, not if you train to be in those situations. Yeah, you know, I know how training works and I know how training goes. If you train for the worst situations, when it happens, it's muscle memory. You react. You don't need to know. It's Kobe Bryant shooting the ball with 10 people in his face. He know where the rim at. It ain't changed. It ain't moved. He been taking that shot 1,000 times in the gym. He been practicing that fadeaway 1,000 times. So when the game time is on the line, and it's the last seconds, all he's gonna do is do what you did when you was in the gym. So, and to what you were saying, Mark, that's why Caleb got out there. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know where I need to grow and what I need to do, and I'm gonna keep doing it and keep working on it, despite what's going on around me and despite what people keep saying about, what happens when he gets sacked on the first possession of week 1 against Minnesota? You think he's just gonna start running around and holding the ball? No, that's what you're trying to insinuate, that his fears from last season is gonna trickle over into this season. That's not what he did. He didn't do that last season. He was still out there making plays. He was still out there doing what he's supposed to do, because he said, this is what I do. This is what I train to do. I'm not going to change that just because my O-line is out there having a siesta. That's fine. I'll run away from them too and go find somebody to throw the ball to and get a first down. So my whole thing is I appreciate what Ben Johnson said. I'm just kind of a little annoyed at how Colin presented it, and the fact that he's going to regress and curl up if we lose 2 games in a row or something crazy like that. Like, no, and I don't think this staff, that's a slap in the face to their staff too, because they weren't here for that. And if they get into a situation like that, I don't think Ben Johnson's going to let 1 or 2 games fall and not try to come up with a plan, especially with the staff he got, Dennis Allen and all these guys who haven't been through this before. So
before y'all fellas at the bottom go, look, hit that like button for us, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast, one word, no spaces. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. The Black Bear Podcast family is growing, and we looking to be the best goddamn podcast on the planet. So show us some love and help us grow as a podcast. Fellas, thoughts on Ben Johnson, or even just turning the page on this whole Caleb Williams fiasco?
I have a couple thoughts. I do agree with what Wes was saying. Like, they train, they're athletes. They train, they go in there every day, they face it. Nothing's changed. It's the same thing. He's running from the same guys he's been running from his whole life. The defensive line.
Yep.
He's looking for receivers. It's all the same. It's just going to slow down for him a little more this year. It always does for the rookies when they go into their sophomore year. It slows down a little bit. He's got a better line. I'm not saying he's not going to take some sacks. He's probably going to take a couple more, probably less than he chanced last year. He's not going to probably have the least amount of sacks taken, but I'm not worried about him like reverting to being scared or, trying to push the narrative of him being this weak quarterback that can't have, that breakthrough season or whatever. He is going to have 4,000 yard seasons, a couple of them, maybe 3, 4, 5. We're about to find out. We're going to see some stuff here in Chicago. I promise you, it's about to go down. We got all these people they keep bringing in every year. It's a little more. Every year it gets a little better. And as a Bears fan, and just watching it and see it all unfold, I can't tell you how happy I am to see it finally coming to fruition for us, not somebody else, but for us.
Hey, that was a nice little passionate take right there. Jeremy, what you got for us so we can turn the page on this fiasco?
I'll keep it short and sweet. In Ben, I trust. This team is going to go as far as he is good. And that's really the bottom line. If he is what we think he is, I think it's a 10 or 11 win team. If he is a fraud and can't handle being a head coach and a play caller, but I think he's staffed it the right way. When you see what Declan Doyle does, when you see what he does, he's got a DA on the defensive side of the ball, an experienced head coach. I mean, it all to me looks like it should be good. But, I love the Bears. You can look around my room here and see all the Bears love I have, but I have, like you and Ronnie, I was the oldest person on here last week. I think I probably still am.
No, you're not.
No. Okay. Well, cool.
What's the age? Talk to us real quick.
I'm going to be 49 in July.
Wow. Okay. Jeremy,
That's unfair, Jeremy.
You held the mantle for.
I was the eldest member for a week.
For a week. I spent the whole season.
Ronnie, I'm so glad you're here, man. You got all that wisdom. But I think my thing is, I love the Bears. It's really hard for me to believe we're going to be good. It's just really hard for me to believe we're going to be good. I mean, we had a good team. Remember Lovey? We ran Lovey out of town. Ran him out. Yep, remember we wasn't good enough. We haven't been relevant since Lovey was here. So and we had the one Nagy year, the one anomaly where they were good. I want to believe that we're going to see a real NFL offense this year. It's been so long since I've seen a consistent team wearing Bears uniforms to move the ball. Well, Wes and I were talking last week. If I see one damn Tennessee game, I'm done. If I see one damn, 1 for 17 in the first half for 3 yards passing at halftime, we saw like 6 of those clunkers last year. So me either, Mama Blues. I'm not over Lovey either. I still think like we didn't even know what we had. Like we found someone good, and then we're like, no, you're not good enough. And then what do we find? We found Mark Trestman.
Oh my God!
So
offense took off. Offense took off with Mark, but
it did. It was also just weird. It was also just super weird watch all the way around. So I don't want us to Bears this, guys. That's it. And I know I probably sound like I'm not a Bears fan. I am. I just I don't want us to Bears this up. That's all. That's all I'll say. Ben, I trust.
Can I say one last thing? I was gonna say I love the Bears too, brother, to the bone. And they make me miserable almost every Sunday, but I'm happy all week until Sunday. And then they really piss me off. And it's like that abusive husband. You just can't leave. I can't leave. I just keep coming back.
Ronnie, you remember Men in Black? They come and they hit you with that little memory thing.
Yeah.
You forget everything. Yeah. That's what happens. Monday morning, they hit me with that. And now I'm getting ready for the next Sunday again. So we'll see.
They bring me flowers and I'm all good again. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know who. On a scale of 1 to 10, I don't know who loves the Bears the most on this panel right now. Wes, you at the top for sure. It's definitely me the least. I'm definitely not even gonna say I'm near the top, but Jeremy and Ronnie, y'all know. Y'all definitely fighting for second. Y'all ready to talk about this schedule? Y'all ready to get into the schedule, break down some games, talk about some opponents and some wins and losses. Look.
Yeah, 17-0, baby. 17-0.
Oh, that's key. Crazy.
This is what I ask. This is the only thing I ask. Keep track of y'all wins and losses, because once we're finished, I want to compare the records and see where we ended up.
I still got my last season list. I looked at it.
All right. Absolutely not, Mama. Absolutely not, Mama Blues. Ain't no jumping ship. You know where I'm at. You've been a long time listener, Mom. I'm up north. I'm in enemy territory. Ain't no way I could jump ship.
Maybe we just start watching Canadian football. Maybe if this goes really bad, we just become a Canadian football podcast. We're Toronto Argonauts. We're the Black Argonauts podcast if this season goes sideways.
You know what's crazy? Like that, that's a big thing if this goes sideways. Where do we go from here? I don't think I've heard exactly. Exactly though. I won't go.
I cannot accept that as a possibility. You do not understand the way this impacts my mood on a weekly basis. If we get generational quarterback talent plus best play caller in the league plus good offensive line plus really good defensive coordinator, and we still bears this thing up, then I think we need to start asking some different questions, like where is the curse coming from? Like, where is the Billy Goat for the Bears? What is it? The double doink. When we can go back in time, there's been weird things that have happened. The Hail Mary. There's just things that happened to us. Any other fan base went through last year would have been, I don't know. There were some of those weeks back to back, the Packers game, the Washington game. And then remember, we had that get right game against the Patriots. We're going to come stomp the Patriots. And then they dog walked us at home. So yeah, I'm with Ricky. Give me Trey Hendrickson. Get me the National Guard. Get me everybody. But the National Guard's going to be busy with the Knicks fans for a while, so probably just Trey Hendrickson right now.
God. Let's not talk about them Knicks.
Yeah, I know. They're wild.
Sheesh. All right, so let's kick it off then. Game 1, week 1, opening day for the Chicago Bears. On the schedule, what did I got? Week 1, Minnesota Vikings, Monday Night Football, prime time. JJ McCarthy's first game. He's not a rookie, but he is a rookie. I don't know how that works. I know Blake Griffin was able to get a rookie season when he wasn't really a rookie, but rookie, not a rookie. First game, Kevin O'Connell, quarterback whisperer, Brian Flores defense. I will go first. I'll kick this one off. I'll kick us off. And then for those watching, we're looking at this first game at the top left. Oh man, I'm going win. I'm going season opener W for the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson's first game. He loves playing this division. He don't duck no opponent in this division. And he's go. If there's one game he gonna prepare for, it's gonna be this one. It's gonna be the week 1 game. I think they're gonna start preparing for this game all training camp, like the entire training camp, as they install basic concepts of his offense. It's gonna be tailored to this game. I think he's a what's the word I'm looking for? He's a mad. I don't want to say mad scientist, but he's maniacal when it comes to this type of stuff. So W for the Chicago Bears. JJ McCarthy, I think that defense will be able to shake him and rattle him a little bit. I don't think he'll be ready to go, even with Kevin O'Connell behind him. Chicago Bears win week 1. Who got next?
I think Wes. I want to hear Wes's take on this. I'm ready for it.
Talk to us, Wes.
It's a win. 28-14 Bears. We're gonna win. I'll give Minnesota a couple touchdowns because they got JJ and they got a decent running back, so they can probably get a couple touchdowns if that. So I'm gonna give them 14, but we just better. We're gonna be better. Like you said, we're gonna have way more than enough time to prepare, especially with this little article coming out about how much Caleb loves O'Connell and all of that kind of stuff. If I'm Ben Johnson, I want to say 31, but I'm gonna be nice and just say 28-14. We win coming out the door, home opener. Ben Johnson, welcome to Chicago. Go get you, Italian beef with the Pope, and enjoy your week on prime time. Put the world on notice that this is a whole new regime.
Bear Truth seem to think it's a coin flip. Who next? What you got, Jeremy?
Dub Bears 38-14. Wes and I have the magic number. I think we said 28, right? Wes, is that what we said? 28. When the offense scores 28, we win. I think it was Bear Truth last week that said we were 5-1 when the Bears scored 28. I'm gonna go ahead and say we come out red hot at home. They are expertly prepared, and we're talking about JJ McCarthy's first game at Soldier Field, Monday Night Football. The fans are going to be absolutely fucking insane on that week 1 game on Monday night with division rival. It's going to be loud as hell in there, and I don't think JJ's going to have an answer. And I think, we get Trey Hendrickson too. D-line gets a lot of pressure up the middle, and I like it. I like us here. I like us coming out really hot week 1. Super prepared. I'm going to go 38-14 Bears.
3 wins so far for the panel on week 1. What you got for us, Ronnie?
Make it the 4th horseman. We're going to go 4-0. Chicago Bears, Monday night, Soldier Field. How can you go against them? Ben Johnson comes in with the new offense, clicking on all cylinders. 31-17. Give them a little bit of credit. They might put up some points. But, yeah, I think the Bears, we're just going to be too much on that first game. All the hype with the Caleb and the Vikings right now, they're all going to be ready. Believe that.
We doing scores. I didn't give a score. I said we had 28. We got a 31. We got a 31. I ain't going that high, fellas. I go 21-17.
I said 38.
Oh, you said 30?
Yeah.
38.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All Listen, I'm listening to the chat. The chat said you gotta manifest positivity. So I took all my damn predictions, I threw them off the table, and I'm going positive for the rest of the show. So, Bear Truth, I'm looking at you, buddy.
It's literally though. Bear Truth don't play. 31, 38, 31, 28. I'm gonna go 21-17. I like the 17 to 21. Maybe I'm gonna go 21-14. I don't think they'll muster up that many points. 2 touchdowns on us, and they're gonna both be on the ground. So, all right, let's move on to the next game. Detroit Lions week 2. First game was a home game, correct? Yes, and this will be on the road in Detroit. 12 p.m. game. It's a noon game. Anybody want to go first on this one? Should I go first again?
I'll go first since I went second last time.
Talk to us.
Good game. It's gonna be a good game. You know, this is Ben Johnson's homecoming game to Detroit, but I got us losing in Detroit week 2. I'm gonna be nice and keep our momentum going all season long. We scored 28, they scored 34.
Defensive problems, huh?
Defense. I think it's gonna be because that offense is gonna come at us. Those offensive players, they're gonna be on there. They're gonna show that it wasn't Ben Johnson, it was us, kind of thing.
That's
I think
chip on their shoulder.
The chip on their shoulder. In Detroit is a good team. I'm not finna sit here and act like they not a good, well put together team. So I'm gonna give Detroit this one because I ain't giving too many other people no leeway, especially in this division.
Wow, that's a L.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Well, let's go. Let's go down around the horn then. Ronnie, what we got?
Yeah, as much as I hate to agree with you, Wes, I gotta do it too, man. I gotta give us the L in the second week. It's gonna even us out, put us at 1-1. The score is gonna be 24-17. They're gonna put up a little bit of points, but we're gonna be right there. They're not gonna beat us up, but they're gonna beat us. I'm just not sure about the running game. If our defensive line is going to be prepared yet, if we're going to be all in line and in sync to handle that. Their offense is still clicking. They're still, like you said, like Wes said, it's still Ben Johnson over there. They ain't going to change shit until they have to. They're going to keep doing what they do until somebody stops them. But yeah, I got us losing, but okay. I love you still.
We got 2 losses. We go from 4 wins across the board. We got 2 losses. I'll go last, Jeremy. Take it away, man. Oh my God. Hey, hey, you had me. You definitely had me.
Bears are scoring 28. Bears win the game 28-21. It's going to be close. They're going to do some dumb trick play with Penei Sewell throwing a freaking Statue of Liberty or doing something crazy, and they're going to fumble the ball. I think that the Detroit offense is going to struggle with the new play caller. I think we can talk all we want about how they have great personnel. We had good personnel on paper too last year, but I think they're going to take some time to get acclimated to their new offense. And I think they're not going to be setting the world on fire out the gate. I think we're going to go in there and sneak one out 28-21. I think that we're going to see a really, really, really big game on the ground. I think we're going to try to go. Ben's going to come home and say, we're going to establish the run against these dudes. We're going to pound it between the tackles. We're going to run that outside zone concept. And we're going to set the tone in the division. We're going to handle the Vikes at home. We're going to go on the road and we're going to be physical and run the football at Detroit. Give me 28-21. Bears.
Ooh, you had me for a second with that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm with you. W. Chicago Bears on the road.
Let's go.
Mark, first game back in Detroit. He knows everything about that team, and you made a good point. They're gonna struggle with that new coordinator right away. They're not gonna pick it up right away. It's gonna take some time, and I think he might try. I think the player's gonna try to put some whispers in his ear. Let's do this. We did this last year. They're gonna try to be like Ben Johnson's still there, and you're not gonna be able to do it like Ben Johnson. Chicago Bears always play the Lions pretty tough. Usually we play them tough.
Yeah.
regardless of who's at quarterback or who's at the coordinator spot. Now we got the mastermind behind the whole thing. I think we beat them. Man, y'all got them 31s and them 28s. I can't go that high. I cannot go that high with the scoring just because of how we've been. Like, what was our highest scoring game? Was it Jacksonville? Not Jacksonville, but London against Jacksonville.
I think it was.
I think we're going to have some short field situations in this one. I think we're going to get a key turnover on a fumble or something, and it'll be like at the 7-yard line, and we get maybe one the easy way. Otherwise, we score 21.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna put up some points. I'm not worried. I'm more worried about Vikings defense than I am about the Lions defense. So I went 21 against the Lions. I mean the Vikings. I'll go 28 here. 28-17 Chicago Bears. Week 2 road win against the Lions. So we moved to 2-0. We got 2-0 for me. We split up now. Like I said, fellas, keep track of y'all records so we can compare them at the end of these predictions. Let's go to the next game. Week 3. Home game. What is that? Dallas Cowboys. Matt Eberflus returns to Chicago. This is a big game. I think did one of us have this as our Wes? Was it you? You had this as your week 1 wish list game, right?
Yep.
We got it week 3, so you was actually pretty close. Let's go with Ronnie. Take us away. What you got? Give us the predictions first.
Dallas at Chicago, Soldier Field. So we got the Bears winning 28-13. I think Eberflus coming in, I mean, that's just going to ignite the Bears. The whole team, the whole stadium, just seeing him walk in after what he did to us. That's how it's going to feel like. You SOB, like coming in here like, yeah, you know what you did. So I just feel like the whole team's going to be fired up. The stadium's going to be fired up. And I got, like I said, the score was 28-13. I just can't see them putting up a lot of points. Dak ain't all that. He ain't never been all that. So yeah, we'll be all right. We're gonna go to 3-1 or 2-1. My fault. 2-1.
2-1 for you.
Yes, sir.
Any volunteers to go next?
I'm gonna go next just because me and Ronnie on the same page here. That's a W. It's a W. Gonna be a lot of boos. They gonna keep putting Flus on the jumbotron just so we can boo more and boo some more. And every time the defense takes us, now boo again, boo some more. We're gonna boo them. We're gonna boo them so bad it's gonna be 31-13. Bears win big over the Cowgirls. They can go right back to Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
With your skirt up.
What was your score?
31-13.
Ooh, so you've been putting up 31s all seasons so far, right? 28.
I got 128, 131. I told you my goal is 28 points a game. That's my expectation to score every time, every game.
I feel
that's my expectation. Anything lower than that, they better have a 50 ball if they want me to go lower.
Smith says we dreaming. That's interesting. We'll see. I'll go next. I'll let you say the best for last, Jeremy. L. I'm gonna go L. This is the first L. I think Dallas is gonna be that team that's just how do I put this? It's like they're just the mystique of Dallas is gonna get us. It's not even gonna be Dak. I don't think Dak's that good, but they got weapons. They got Pickens now, and CeeDee Lamb ain't no punk. I think they're gonna get us just off basically mystique. And honestly, if I'm gonna be 100% honest, I know we don't like Eberflus. The dude can call a defense. Eberflus can call a goddamn defense. So I'm gonna put respect there. I respected his defensive game plans. Now he had some blunders. Cleveland with Justin Fields was dropping Justin Jones in cover. He had some blunders, some epic blunders. But that's one play. Usually his full totality game plan, he usually calls some good defense. I think he'll be able to shake us a little bit with Micah Parsons on that side. He got some weapons on the defensive side. Micah Parsons is a weapon he ain't ever have here in Chicago. I don't know what y'all think about Montez Sweat, but he ain't Micah Parsons.
No, he sure
I think, and this is gonna be a theme. I think for what I got as a stat, and correct me if I'm wrong as we go through this, the Bears play 7 of the top 9 sack leaders in last year. That's a lot. Now Trey Hendrickson, we'll see if he still with Cincinnati by the time, but 7. Not only that, but we playing some good quarterbacks this season too. So I'm gonna get out of L. I'll go 24-17. Bears loss. Put us at 2-1.
Dallas is going to put up 38 points in this game.
Mm-hmm. See, we on the same page.
But the Bears are going to put up 42.
Oh, my God.
Shamar Turner is going to end the game up the middle. He's going to have a big sack. He's going to and I don't think that Flus comes into our house. I do not think that those players are going to let Flus walk in after the dumpster fire experience that they had. I don't think they're going to let him come in, but it's going to be close and it's going to be a high-scoring affair. There's going to be some big breakdowns in the back end, and we're going to have a 42-38 final. I got us at 3-0 after the first 3 weeks here.
No defense played. None.
I mean, but we got the 10-game losing streak coming, boys. Don't worry. I got it in here somewhere.
Oh, my God. All right. Okay, let's keep it moving then. Keep this thing rolling to week 4. And who we got?
Raiders.
I think this is gonna be a unanimous one. Jeremy, kick us off. You just finished, so lead us off with this one.
This is going to be the game they should win, and they do. And they do.
Say you've been playing all night.
Listen, I'm having a good time over here. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Hey, the Bears are winning. They're winning every game the first 4 weeks. My kids are happy. There's no tears. My dog is happy. Everyone's vibe around the house is lovely, and everyone's just having a great time. I'm not going to go to the Vegas game. I thought about trying to go, but it's just going to be. It's not a city that I need to be in. I'm just going to put it out there. Vegas is. I should stay home. I should not
stay away from Vegas.
I like the Bears in this one, and I like them putting up 31, and I like the Raiders putting up 3. Give me 31-3.
Wow. You and Adam on the same page. 31-3.
Oh shoot! Well, I've known Adam for like my entire life, so it does. We're synced up, I guess. 31-3, Bears.
Makes sense. Wes, you've been going second a lot. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go second this time. Right there with you. W. Chicago Bears. Let me put it down on my sheet. 3-1. Chicago Bears. 31-3. I'm not gonna say 31-3. I'm not gonna say 31-3. I think Brock gonna be an issue for us. I think our linebackers can't cover that well. So I think that and they'll be covering him a lot. Maybe put Kyler on him, but I don't know if Kyler can stop him. Brock's a dog. Gino, I like him. I respect him. And I think we all respect Pete, right? I think we all got respect for Pete Carroll. And not only that, I'll keep going. What's his face? The running back that we all wanted, especially Ashton Jeanty. I think they put up a good 17 points on us. I do think they moved the ball a little bit, 17 points, but we put up 31 big ones, and it ain't gonna matter. Look at what offense finally gets going for me. I think I had 28 against the Lions, I want to say, but 31 for me, 31-17, and this is going to be the game where the offense feels good. It's going to be our Jacksonville game last year, early though. You know what I mean? 3-1 for me. Let me look at it again. Is that a road game or a home game, fellas?
It's a road game. I'm driving up.
Game. Oh yeah, he just said he's not going to Vegas.
Even if I can't get tickets to the game, I'm gonna be in Vegas for the game.
He's gonna be in the
I'm driving. It's 5 hours. I'm gonna be there.
All right. Well, I got a W. 3-1 for me. Who want to go next? Talk to us.
I think I'm up next. Okay, so we got the Bears at the Las Vegas. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bears, of course. I think this is one of those games where the Bears go in there and because of Genty and they got Geno Smith. When I also like him too. I think he's a dog. But I think we go in there, we jump on them early. It's one of those games where we lose a little interest halfway through because we're up. So to get the score will probably be something like 34-21. They'll make it look closer than it really was. But yeah, I think we go in there and we put hands on them. Caleb has a good game. Our defense does their thing early, and like I said, it gets a little lax later and looks closer than it really was.
Like I kept saying, I forgot to mention this when I went, but this is another one of those 7 out of the top 9 sack leaders. Mr. Max Crosby is on the other side. So look, the Bears O-line will be tested just as well as the defense because we play a lot of top quarterbacks this year too. What was your score? Did you have
34-21?
34-21. Okay, another beat down. Wes, Jeremy, what we got?
Jeremy went. Did you go already, Jeremy?
Oh yeah, he went.
Right.
He said he ain't going to Vegas.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah. He said.
Yeah. Well, I will be Mama Blues. I'm driving up. Like I said, if I probably can't get tickets in the building, but I'll be standing across the street by the fountain somewhere, screaming, running up and down. I'll be there acting a fool. And I got a W. I think this is gonna be that game. This is gonna be that game. Kind of how you were saying, Ronnie. It's gonna be the game. Probably gonna be up big early. I got us winning 34-17. Obviously, like you said, I gotta give my man Brock Bowers. You know what? Gotta give him some credit. I think he's gonna be effective. Genty, I think he's gonna show some flashes. Geno ain't no scrub. He gonna try.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of trying from those Raiders. But like they said, trying ain't good enough because they gonna get a Big Bear beat down. I'm probably gonna miss the podcast because I'm gonna be still running down the streets in Vegas. So yeah, it's gonna be a big win. I'm gonna be, screaming, I told you, running up and down the escalators and all past Caesar Palace. So I might get a big jersey and throw it over one of those Roman statues. But yeah, big win for the Bears for me. So I got us 3-1 going into the bye.
3-1 going into the bye. And like he said, we are going into a bye. Early bye. I think we had a week 7 bye last week. They moved it up 2 weeks. Not last week, but last year. They moved it up 2 weeks on us this season. And we go on a bye, take a break, look over some things, fix some issues we've been having, and can't be too many issues because at the bye, I got us 3-1. Where y'all fellas got us at the bye? 2-2. Is there a 2-2 in here? We all 3-1.
We all 3-1, just different.
3-1 around the horn. Okay, a different 3-1. What? Oh, you ain't lost yet. The train.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jeremy said his family happy. His family happy went to the back.
Oh yeah.
The weather's still good. They don't went to all 4 games. It's still kind of decent. 65, 55 degrees in Chicago. That'd be all right. Elbows out.
Foreign? Oh, at the bye. Oh man, you living it up right now.
You are living large, Jeremy.
But look, I'm 3-1. You 3-1. You 3-1. So we ain't too far behind them. Mama Blues got us 2-2. All right. Well, look, we had a little break. Got some rest. The players got to go see their family. But guess what? Now it's time to go exercise those demons. Week 6 on the road. It seemed like we played this team 4 years in a row. And I think out of the 4, it was only 1 in Chicago. And I think that's the one we won. I don't know. Correct me on that if y'all.
Yeah, we won. That was DJ big game.
That was the DJ Justin Fields big.
Justin Fields 200 receiving yard, close to 185 receiving yards. Something DJ had crazy like that.
Massive game. But we got him again. Jaden Daniels, the rookie of the year. Obviously, whether Bears fans or the players themselves want to admit it, this is a rivalry game. This is a rivalry starting to brew. And I actually talked about this. Like, you got Green Bay, who has a rivalry with the Cowboys. Just rivalries in Seattle as well. Outside of the division, we didn't really have that. All we cared about was Packers, beat the Packers, beat the Packers, beat the Lions. You know what I mean? Division games. We actually got some relevancy outside of our division, I think. And road game, Washington. Do we exercise those demons or not, fellas? Who want to go first on this one? This is going to be an interesting
I would like to
one.
go first. I would like to go first. Can I please go
to
first? Let me go first, please. This is not just the Bears rival game. This is the Chef West rival game because I'm going back to Washington again. I'm going back again. We're going to be there again. And we're going to win. We winning this one. I'm walking out of Washington happy. I ain't losing no phones this time. I ain't leaving all my stuff behind because I jumped up and ran out the building. Leaving with a big W.
Yes.
I ain't gonna mess it up this time, Bear Truth. All my attendance games will be wins, just so you know, this season.
It was. I was about to say it was a thing last year where every game West went to, we lost, which was crazy.
But we're gonna win 20. Yeah, we'll change it to change it. Ben Johnson. I'm gonna talk to Ben Johnson on the sideline. Probably get an interview with him, maybe if I can talk to him. Definitely get some pictures with him. But yeah, 28-21 Bears win outright. No Hail Mary necessary. We gonna win outright. It's gonna be tough.
Washington, they got Debo now.
They got Debo, and Washington is a good team and all that, and it's gonna be on the road. But I think
Larry Tunsil now on the left tackle.
I think we got all it. We just coming off a bye. Ben had an extra week to sit there and say, "Caleb, I got you. We gonna get it right this time. We gonna see." Tyreek, you're not gonna play today. We're gonna let Zay Frazier play.
It's the Zay Frazier coming out party. Here it is.
It's the Zay Frazier coming out party with a pick six to win the game. It's gonna be 21-21.
It's crazy because this is about the time that you said Zay was gonna come out.
I don't know, Mark, how we got an hour 16 without getting Wes mentioning Zay Frazier on the pod. Like, it's amazing that I had a number written down on my piece of paper for how long it would take to hear Zay tonight, and it was not 77 minutes. No.
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. This hey Tyreek, just sit down. Yeah, here goes some pom-poms. Here goes some markers on the board. Yell at the fans today. You can run up and down the sideline. Enjoy yourself. We got you covered. We're gonna let, and like I said, Zay Frazier, pick six for the game, coming out party. Welcome to the NFL.
Woo. What was your score again?
28-21, pick six win and close them out.
The pick six decide the game.
Decide the game from my man 6'3".
I'll go next. It's gonna be tough to follow that one, especially with Zay taking over. Loss. I don't think we exercise those demons. That's a good team. I think they're better than they were last year. I think I got a lot of respect for Jaden Daniels. I think when I talk about the not great, but really good quarterbacks we're gonna face, he's one of them. He's a marquee quarterback. This is gonna be a big game for us. I think they got even bigger than him. I respect him, but their run game is tough. Their running backs, was it Brian Robinson and who's the backup? Is it James Conner? I think James Conner's there too, right? Look, they're tough in the run game, and I don't know if we still gonna be able to. We gonna stop the run game like I'd like us to. So we'll see about the run game part. But as far as this game, for me, this is a L. Let me put that down as a L. That puts us at 3-2 for me. I think Jaden Daniels doesn't have a great game. I don't think he had a great game in the first time. But they'll run the ball. I think Cliff Kingsbury found a comfortable spot. And then Dan Quinn, defensive head coach. It's gonna be a showdown. This is definitely gonna be a showdown. If I gotta give a score,
you do have to give a score.
It was low scoring last year. Wasn't it like 15-18, something like that?
Something like that.
I'll go 17-14. Bears lose by a field goal. Another heartbreaker in Washington after the bye, mainly because that bye. I think that bye comes at a shitty point in time of the season. Like, we just was rolling 3-1, and now you're gonna stop our success with a bye, which I'll talk about later when we talk about our worst and favorite parts of the season. But L for me. No, nothing else need to be said. 17-14, Chicago Bears lose on the road to Washington again.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a hard game for us, I believe, coming off the bye, because it's one of those situations always where are they too laxed? Did they over prepare, not prepare enough? Those sort of things. But I think it's a redemption game for us. I think we come in. I think we put up points. I do believe in Jaden Daniels. I think Caleb cannot stand the fact that Jaden Daniels won the Rookie of the Year, so he has to outdo at least him. So that's going to be a little personal duel with him on the field. But I really think we go in there, and because of what happened last year, we had that game. We had no business having that game, but we had that game. And because of some mishaps along the way, more than just Tyreek Stevenson, we ended up losing that game. But I want to say something about the Washington team, because he was talking about rivalries and stuff. When I was a kid, I remember when the Washington team had Doug Williams, Art Monk, Ricky Sanders. They had some of these big stars in the game, and I really liked them all the way up until the point where Wilbur Marshall went to the Washington team from the Bears, and then they ended up beating us in the playoffs. So kind of since then, yeah, it has been a little bit of a rivalry for me. I haven't liked it since. So, yeah, Bears win in this game. And the score is going to be 27-24. It's going to be a tough road game, but we're going to eke it out and get the W.
Well, what could happen here? I mean, I don't know. I mean, might they lose? Might they win? They're going to win. The Bears are going to win this game. They're going to win this game. And another one, it's going to be a blowout, 28-11. They're going to go for two. They're going to be getting beat so bad, they're going to go for two on a little gimme touchdown when we're just sitting in cover 4, letting them move the ball down the field. They're going to go for two, and they're going to get it. Tyreek Stevenson going to have a pick 6. He's going to avenge, and then he's going to walk off the field on the last play. He's going to turn the last play of the game. He's going to be like this, looking off into the stadium. I'm taking the Bears here. Bear Truth is, I told him to get out of my brain. I think that in all seriousness, let me tell you a story about a guy named C.J. Stroud, a rookie quarterback who set the league on fire, had the greatest rookie quarterback year that ever was. And then what happened? People watched a lot of film, and they schemed for him for an entire offseason. He's not a worse player than he was a year ago. He had, arguably more weapons. Yeah, we can talk about people getting hurt, but he had Stephon Diggs too. But the tape is out. Jaden is going to still play really well. He's still going to be a top 10 quarterback in the league, but he's not surprising people anymore. Give me the Bears 28-11. Avenge the demons. I need that to happen. That was one of the most brutal Bears losses that I can remember. And there's a lot of them to choose from. I can go double doink. I can go Green Bay block field goal last year. I can give you a lot to choose from, but that one hurt the worst to me of all of them. And I just think we're going to go in there and we're going to get it done. So 28-11.
Ronnie, what was some of those players you named for Washington back?
Doug Williams, Art Monk, Ricky Sanders. They had John Riggins. They had some players back in the day in the 80s. They were the Redskins, they called them at the time. They had a really good squad. They were on it, They won a Super Bowl, they won a championship, and were in the playoffs. So, and we faced them a couple times, and we didn't come out on top. So, yeah, for me as a young kid growing up, seeing that, it always felt like I didn't like them. They were against us, that they beat us, and I didn't like that at all. So it was a rivalry automatically for me from then on.
No, I just ask because that there it goes. I think that I didn't have a Doug Williams or none of those other guys you named. I forgot all about them. I just OG on the podcast now. Jeremy, new OG.
Listen, there's 3 of us in our 40s looking 40 and fabulous over here. So
I know that's right.
I'm just saying. You all are looking fabulous. I'm here looking, but there's 3 of us that are 40 plus. So, Mark, you're kind of outnumbered. I don't want to say, by age, we're sort of all in this generation now. So you're now holding it down. Thank you, Mama Blue Smith. I appreciate that for us old folks out here. Mama Blues is paying she's with us, but you're holding it down for the young crew now, but you got some old heads in the room now. We'll see what happens, man.
I've been teaching y'all. That's what I've been trying to do. Teach it. I've been reversing it, trying to teach y'all how to view this Bears team.
Gotcha.
View it in a different way. Wes, I know we took some of your time. Go ahead, Wes. Talk to us.
Well, we still on Washington, right? I already went. I went first.
You went first.
Remember?
Okay,
Remember
you went first. I went.
Zach Frazier got the pick 6 in my game.
Oh my
and
God.
Jeremy
How
gave
do you
the pick 6
forget
to Tariq.
All you guys would say Zay, and then it just boom, it's sparking my mind. All right, so I'm the only one. Am I the only one who gave us an L here?
I believe so. Sadly,
that's
it sucks
sad.
to be,
I didn't want it to be that way.
wrong
Not
and
against
alone.
Washington.
And I'm gonna be back-to-back games again.
We
So
definitely
I'll be in
go
Vegas, and I'm gonna be in Washington. That's my back-to-back games
after the bye week. Week 7, New Orleans Saints come to Chicago. What does that say for the time? This is a noon game.
Noon game.
I forgot to mention that is a primetime game, the Washington game, but I think Bears fans already know that. A lot of us got that circled on our calendar. But this is a noon game. I think this is kind of like the Raiders game, if you want to, compare easiest games on the schedule, because it gets harder from here on out. I guess I'll kick it off. W for me. W. It won't be tough at all. Dennis Allen, another game. He was fired from there as the head coach. So another kind of revenge game where he going to try to suffocate whichever quarterback they decide to put out there week 7 against us, especially coming off that L for me against Washington. Everybody gonna have a bad taste in their mouth. Last season we lost to Washington and the bottom fell out. I don't think that's gonna happen under Ben Johnson, and they don't take their frustrations out on this team. I don't think that Alvin Kamara is a shell of himself. I don't know what other weapons they got. Chris Olave, my Ohio State boy, but other than that, I mean, there's no quarterback to get him the ball. 31-7. 31-7. They get one touchdown. It's a blowout game, just like the Raiders game for me. Who is their coach? Who's the coach there? They had a new coach. Who is it? Is it it's not Liam Cohen. He went to Jacksonville.
Kellen Moore
from what was he at? Chargers?
Yeah,
he had Chargers last.
Yeah, it was the Chargers. Yep.
Okay, yeah, Kellen Moore. Yeah, first time head coach. I think we got this one for sure. 31-7. That's my prediction.
I'm gonna jump in real quick because I'm gonna get mine fast. 34-7. Big game, big win down there. Eat some crawfish, throw some beads. That's it. We'll be leaving quick. It'll be a quick trip. That was it. That's all I had.
I'll go. I think it's 31-13. Bears being a walk in the park. We're going to dominate both sides of the ball. There's not going to be a lot to talk about, so we can just keep it moving.
Blowouts across the board.
The New Orleans with the second round pick, number 47, select Tyler Shuck from Louisville, and everyone goes, "Who the hell is that?" I mean, I hope they suffer because that team should have taken Shedeur 6 times. That team should have taken him because Spencer Rattler sure as hell ain't the guy. Tyler Shuck, I don't even know how to say his name or spell his name. It is something. If I do not know how to both say or spell his name, that's not good. I have no clue what that guy's name is. Tyler, whatever, is not good. Shedeur should have been there. So I am actively rooting against the Saints. I want them to lose every game, but not enough to get Arch Manning because I don't think they deserve him. Give him someone else. But I like the Bears, but I think it's going to be a little closer. Like it's going to be one of those freaky games where there's like a weird fumble, scoop and score situation. I say 28-17 Bears.
$28-17. Is that the lowest score? 28
so
is being a low score is crazy. All right. I like that one. We can mop them up real quick and move on to the next one. Week 8. We got week 8. Oh man, we go to Baltimore. noon game. Lamar Jackson. I think last time we played Baltimore, we even lost with Khalil Mack on the team. And Lamar didn't play. They had what was the guy? Tyler Huntley. No, not Tyler Huntley, but it was a backup, and they beat us in some crazy way with Khalil Mack. I remember that game because I was pissed. That was our 12-4 season. I mean, Derrick Henry, Harbaugh, the defense. I think they took Mike Green, who I was pounding the table for when he was falling in the draft. They got Matabuke there. They got some names. This is an interesting one. This might be the first L across the board, unless Jeremy come in with his hype. So who want to go first on this one? I don't want to go first here.
I'll go first. Let me just get it over with. Get a taste out my mouth. Obviously, it's an L. Yeah, I got us an L. This is gonna be a hard fought kind of first half.
Okay,
I feel
hard
like
fought.
I think it's gonna be I think it's like you said, Henry chasing Henry, running to him, Lamar running around. With all their new additions, they improved a lot. I think Baltimore this next coming season, they're gonna light the regular season on fire. Dude. I think they is, and then probably following their face in the playoffs like they usually do. But I got them beating us 34-24 though, because I still think we're going to come up with some plays. But like you said, it's probably going to be a forced fumble or something that turns it around for Baltimore, or a tip pass that goes for a turnover after we got some momentum, something like that. I don't think we're going to get blowed out this game, but I think it's going to be at least a 10-point win for them.
What was the score?
34-24. Bears lose and body.
Damn. Derrick Henry running all through us.
Lamar, Derrick, Flowers might have to redeem himself. Especially a tight end. What's his name? They dropped the pass.
Kyle or Mark Andrews, right?
Mark Andrews. Like I said, they got
some players.
And they got experience with each other and all of that. And like I said, I think they're gonna try to light the league on fire this season, especially how their season ended last season. So I don't think we're gonna be able to put out that fire in Baltimore.
I can go next year. All good things come to an end, but not this week. The Bears roll again. Dub at Baltimore, 31-28. It's close, but the Bears win. All of a sudden, 7-0. They're rolling. They're starting a new Super Bowl shuffle. It's all happening, and I'm taking the Bears. Listen, they're going to win this game. 31-28 Bears.
Hey, Mark, we got a new Wes.
I would love to be Wes. Like Wes has been loved. I've known Steve Valdez forever. He's Team Wes. So yeah, give me Wes, no problem.
I felt that way last season. I ain't gonna lie. I could have ran off with 12-0 at some
Hell no, that's bold. I knew it. Like I said,
I love it.
Jeremy come in with his hype train. Ronnie, go ahead. Let me go last.
Okay. This is where the doom and gloom starts. This is when the clouds start pulling in and the breeze picks up. And got to get out those jackets, but it's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a L. Bears are gonna lose 27-17. I just think Baltimore is just so well put together. They're so well coached. They're very physical. They're kind of what the Bears are aspiring to be. They're just the AFC version of us, what we're gonna be. But yeah, I think they're just overwhelming on offense for us, and their defense is also tough. So yeah, Bears gonna lose 27-17.
And I think I'm right there with you and Wes, Ronnie. And this is gonna be an L for me. This is gonna be one of those games where I come in there talking shit like, look, let's show what we made of. We could beat the weak teams. Let's put up or shut up, and then it's not gonna happen. I think they're gonna run the ball, and they're gonna run it, and they're gonna run it, and they're gonna run it. Derrick Henry gonna wear us down, and I think both of y'all, Wes and Ronnie, had us losing by 10 points. I'm gonna go a little further than that. It's gonna be at least a 14-point loss. I'll go 14-28. Chicago loses because, like I said, Baltimore got some defense over there too. Yeah, this is gonna be a frustrating game because it's gonna be times and opportunities for us to make plays, and we're just not gonna make plays. It's gonna be that type of game, and yeah, we gonna lose it, and they're gonna just have to pick it up and keep it rolling, moving on to next week. This is not gonna be a game that they should, get down on because we shouldn't beat them. I don't think we should, and we want to be able to beat them. We want to be talked about in the same conversation as them. So this is an L for me too. And then not much got to be said about that. They gonna beat us down by running the ball, ground and pound.
Yeah, very physical.
Another road game, back-to-back road games. We go to face another star QB. Lamar was last week. Now we got smoking Joe Burrow at home, not our home, but at his home in Cincinnati. Man, what I saw from Joe Burrow last season, they throw the ball. They got Chase Brown, and they will use Chase Brown, but they rest they hat on Joe Burrow, kind of like Kansas City does with Patrick Mahomes. Man, this is a tough one. I ain't really think about this one too much, and this is another one. If they keep Trey, another one of those. I think he actually led the league in sacks last season. So O-line gonna be tested when it comes to him. Double team him, maybe chip him all game. We'll see if this coaching staff is smart enough to do it. But Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Trey Hendrickson, top guys, all top guys at their position. It's an L for me. It's gonna be another L for me. I hate to say it, but it's gonna be another L for me. If we do win, we're gonna have to outscore them. It's gonna have to be one of them 30 plus 31 to 34 or whatever type games, but I don't think we're gonna do it. L for me. Exact score, I'm gonna go 31-24. 31-24. Bengals get us. You're gonna score points, they're gonna score more. And that's how this game gonna go. Who got next? Get some of these chats up here. See, I be forgetting to put the chats. Help me out sometimes.
Well,
but now go ahead.
No, I'll go next because I don't know. We have not been this close doing this before. It's just weird. I got it 34-31. We lose.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I mean, I can see Trey gonna beat Trey, but that's about it. So I think we gonna get some points. We gonna get up there, but just like you said, I mean, Joe Burrow don't care about how many points you score.
Absolutely.
Chase don't care. T. Higgins, they don't care how many points you score. We gonna get ours. They gonna get as many touchdowns as they want, and you just gotta try to match their swag. But I think, like I said, it might get down to the last. I can see them get downfield, maybe getting the field goal range, kicking the field goal, and winning. Like I said, we 2 months into the season by now, but yeah, I don't think we can outgun Joe Burrow. A lot of teams tried, and like I said, it was always a coin flip at the end or a batted down pass at the end that stopped them Bengals last season from winning games. So I'm a lean over to the losing category for us with back-to-back losses. Honestly, I think it's gonna be good for us to lose those back-to-back road games, and come home this next coming up week and get it all together because we just went to the bye rolling, so we didn't get a chance to get punched in the mouth just yet. And I think this is gonna be that point where we're gonna have to sit down and tweak some things and figure out how we're gonna finish out the season. So 34-31, Bears lose, sadly.
Who got next?
I also have them losing. I hate to be the third one, but I just can't see them going into Cincinnati and over scoring more points than that offense over there. Yeah, we're gonna put some points up, but if my decision is also based on Trey Hendrickson being there because he's on their team. So I'm hoping he's not, but that means he's on our team. But if it's us, then I got the W. But if he's over there, then yeah, I got them winning. Yeah, Joe Burrow's going to light us up. It's going to be 31-20. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a second ugly road game in a row. But yeah, it's going to be good for us, though. It's going to build character for the team.
For sure.
It's going to be good for us in the end. The season ain't over. We'll be 5-3 at that point. We're still over 500, probably second or whatever in the division. So we'll be all right.
Got to get to the quarterback in this one. This is going to be one of those games where Dio Dangbo, Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, those boys going to have to step up. Talk to us, Jeremy.
You muted.
Yeah, you on mute.
I'm talking to myself. Let me tell you a little story.
Talk to us.
About a hotel the night before, and a pizza is delivered for Caleb Williams, and it's poisoned, and he is sick. It's the Jordan flu game. It's the Caleb flu game, except he's not going to play. And by this point in the season, let me tell you, Joe Burrow's dead behind that offensive line. He's already out for the year, and it's Jake Browning versus Tommy Bagent, baby. And we're going 17-10 Bears. Bagent versus Browning. Neither starter in this game. It's going to be a weird-ass, strange, weird return for a touchdown. Bears, they shouldn't, but 17-10 Bears. No starting quarterback plays in this game.
This will be the first game Caleb Williams misses in his entire career. This is going to be because some cold-ass pizza. Hold on, you on?
I'm joking about the pizza, but I do think it's going to be a backup versus backup. The Jordan flu game is what was in my head, and I think Bagent's going to come in and he's going to do what he does, which is look kind of whatever, and it's going to be like that Bagent Raiders game, but a little closer. 17-10. Jake Browning. Yeah, you got Jamar Chase and you got T. Higgins, but you also got Jake Browning, and so I like this is a backup versus backup game, and it's going to be. Yeah, I told Mama Blue, I told her, buckle up, Mama, for this one. This one was going to go off the roads a little bit for you. I like the Bears winning 7-10. They're still undefeated, coming home against the Giants.
Backup versus backup. Wes. I was just going to say, Wes, have we seen that? Have we predicted something like this before?
No, I did. I had to go to the bathroom. I had to make sure I was looking in the mirror, splash water in my face. Is this reality? Yeah.
Backup versus backup. And I'm guessing we got the better backup. Tyson Bagent.
I don't know that we do. His dad's real weird, but I'm picking the Bears 17-10. That's what it is.
17-10. Okay. All right. Like I said, fellas, keep track of your records because we will compare to them. My record ain't looking as good as I thought. Like when I talk about this team and before we go game by game, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be good. 10, 12 wins, whatever. I don't think we're gonna get there. Look, before we continue, hit that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces, the Black Bear Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm your host, Mark Robb, with my co-host, Chef West to the right of me. My guy Jeremy to the bottom of him and to the bottom of me. Debut rookie podcaster Ronnie B, talking Bears football. We go live every Sunday during the off season, and also we go live post game and pregame shows during the season if our schedules permit it. Let's keep rolling, fellas. Let's keep rolling. What was that? Week 9? Oh man, week 10 home game. We come back home. Papa Bagent. We come back.
Hey,
home.
yo, Mama Blue Smith, really liking Papa Bagent. This podcast took a turn. It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
I'm like, what? Okay. What? Short hair Bagent, because Bagent cut his hair now. He don't look like Sunshine from Remember the Titans no more. He cut his hair.
He prison break Bagent now.
Week 10, New York Giants come to Chicago. Russell Wilson or would Jackson Dart be starting? I don't think it matters, but Malik Neighbors. I don't know if y'all feel like we got the better wide receiver in that deal, not deal, but in that pick when it comes to Roma Doomsday and Malik Neighbors. They also got Abdul Carter in New York. Now he's not a part of that 7 of the top 9 sack leaders, but he's a dog in his own right. So I'll be greedy. I'll kick it off again. Win. I don't care if you got Jameis, Russell, Shador. If you were to pick him, I don't care.
Mark, we got TP Way, the Giant fan content creator in the chat. He's saying don't even bother. He said it's him. He said week 10 is the Giants. We don't even really need to make predictions, do we? Because
wow,
TP Way says it's over. See that.
Come on, TP. Like, look, and I got a Giant fan in the chat. Shout out to him, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Good luck.
I know, right? Show us some love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Look, and show up for the post game show when we play y'all too, because we love.
No, we need to have TP Way in on the post game show. We need to have him on.
And show his face and talk some shit. Yeah,
let's go.
Sure. Look, blowout. This game for me goes on the lines of that Raiders game, that Saints game. What I give us 31 in both of those games, I'm giving us 34 in this one. The Giants are improving personnel wise. Who's the Giants head coach? I don't even know who.
Brian Daboll.
Is it Daboll?
Yeah.
Okay. Little bit of respect.
I like his hairstyle and his build. I like both of it. So I'm a Daboll fan. He's my guy.
I'm gonna go win 34 to 10. I'll give him 10 points. I'll get a touchdown in the field goal from us. Who's the running back they picked? They picked a good running back too, didn't they?
Scatterbo.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun to watch him and see how he try to barrel through that defensive line. I know, right?
Forks up.
It ain't gonna be enough. I know the Bears really did want Scatterbo. We ended up trading back because we couldn't get him at 109. Ended up taking Hippolyte at 132, I want to say. 2022 coach of the year, may I add. Yeah, Matt Nagy was a coach of the year his first year too, and we saw how that worked out for us here. But look, I'm going win, blowout, beat down, whatever other phrase you want to use for a whooping. 34-10, nothing gonna matter. I don't care. Abdul Carter, Jalen Carter. What Shannon Sharp say? Abdul Carter, Jalen Carter, Chris Carter. Lakers in 5. Bears winning. Bears got it. That's my prediction.
I'll go again.
Go ahead.
I'm with you, Mark. I don't know, man. I think we spent too much time together. I'm with you. Bears win. We come back home off of the road. 2 losses back home. It's gonna be a beat down. It's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad. I got us winning 31-17. That 7 points that they got is gonna be dirt points. End of the game. Ain't really nobody playing. It's
Zay
pretty
Frazier
much over.
Zay Frazier gonna get some tick. That's what Zay Frazier.
Yeah, he gonna get his hands on some balls, some bat down passes and stuff. You know, I think that's what we gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit chilly out there. You know. And I don't think they got it. Just don't. Yeah, I like neighbors. I don't put my kids against each other. Because him and Rome, those my kids from last year. I don't put them against each other. Love them both the same. Not. We gonna beat him down. Rome gonna have a better game than he has to. So yeah, that's what I'm going. 31-17. Y'all can get a scrub D-tub touchdown at the end, and then we just go run out the clock.
I mean,
pull up on us, man. Just pull up on us when this game happen. Go ahead.
I'll go next. I mean, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns. You got Kayvon Thibodeau. You got that kid from Kentucky. I love that kid from Kentucky. That D tackle they took in maybe the 3rd or 4th round. Help me, TP. Help me with his name. That D tackle they took. That's like 350 pounds, and he can move. They got Malik Neighbors. They got Russell Wilson. But it doesn't matter because the Bears are going to beat them.
Did they not take Abdul Carter?
They took Abdul Carter. No, but they took a kid in like the 3rd or 4th round. Big kid from Kentucky. He's a load. I think this is the guy I'm thinking. Maybe it was the Bills. I thought it was the Giants. It could be wrong. But my thing is, Darius Alexander. None of it's going to matter. The Bears are winning 45-9. Martin Gramatica, or whoever the hell the Giants kicker is going to get 3 field goals. It's going to be Caleb's back. The flu is over. And thank you. There you go. Darius Alexander from Toledo. I was way off. I was talking about someone from Kentucky. Thank you. Thank you, TP. I think this is going to be an absolute, this is going to be a crime scene. They're going to pull out the yellow tape when this is done, because it is going to be so ugly on the lakefront against the Giants. And I mean, I don't know. I don't see it. We're never losing to a guy that spells Jackson, Jaxxon. Refuse to lose to a guy who spells his name that way. Like, I just spell it the right way, dude. I'm out on Jackson Dart. Give me the Bears 45-9. Martin Gramatica, he gets 3 kicks. That's all they get.
Oh, I love it. Hey, Wes, he took your spot from last year for sure. 45-9. Golly. Hold on, TP. Who's gonna be your quarterback at this point? Just put it in the chat. We'll keep moving, but just put it in the chat. Let us know who's gonna be our quarterback at this point. What you got for us, Ronnie?
Hopefully, Jameis Winston.
I think the word that we're looking for is landslide. I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a rout from the get-go, 37-10. Garbage time. Maybe they get a little something. They might even get a little pick 6 from our backup or something, but it ain't gonna count. It ain't gonna matter. Yeah, the Bears 37-10. That's gonna be the mop-up game. That's when we get back on our feet, get the confidence, the momentum going again. You know, and get the rapport back in the locker room. You know, Odunze is gonna have a big game. Big game for Odunze.
And I hope so. I really hope so, especially because what did he say? This one right here. Rome shouldn't be mentioned in the same sentence as neighbors. That is crazy.
Blasphemy.
I get it. Neighbors had a phenomenal season as a rookie, but y'all didn't have nothing. Literally, y'all didn't even have a quarterback. So just throw it up to him and, let him do his thing. Rome was sitting behind, a future Hall of Famer and Keenan Allen and a max player in DJ Moore. So, and he still managed to, come up with a pretty decent rookie season. But okay. Let me just make sure I got my, cause I didn't forget nothing. 1, 2, 3. What week we in right now? I'll pull it up. This is week 10. So I got 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Okay, I'm good. I'm on track. Just make sure I'm on track, fellas. All right. And now we go on the road. Noon game, division game. Noon game, division game, Minnesota Vikings. We beat them the first game in my schedule predictions. You see them again. Brian Flores defense again. JJ McCarthy again. Now he got 11 games or 10 games under his belt, depending on when their bye was. This is the first second division game we got on the schedule. This is a tough one for me. So I'm gonna do the cowardly thing and pass it and pass it to one of y'all.
I'm gonna go again. I'm already ready. I'm gonna go again.
Talk to us.
Like you said, it's the Vikings. It's our second time playing in our division again. I think this one is in Minnesota, if I'm correct.
You are.
Yeah, because we correct. So this is gonna be an L. We're gonna lose 24-28 late in the game. We're gonna be up 24-21. Somehow, maybe JJ get elusive and get that touchdown, and then we just can't get any more points up to win that game. Probably get stalled out in field goal range, and just time runs out on us. So I'm gonna run with that scenario. So I'm gonna give it to Minnesota. We win.
We didn't lose. We ran out of time.
We just couldn't get it. We were so close. We were really close. Just like that overtime game. Like we could have came out and did a lot better. It's gonna have that same kind of feel to it. We had it, and then it just slips through our fingers like sand.
What was your score again? I'm sorry, I forget the score every time.
20. Yeah, no, it's 24-28. They're gonna have a late touchdown. We're gonna be winning by 3, 24-21. They're gonna have that ball come down, get that late touchdown, and we just not gonna be able to finish out the game.
For sure. Ronnie, you ready to talk to us?
I'm just thinking about like the second time you play a team in your division, it's always hard to beat those teams twice every year. And if you face them in the playoffs, it's even crazy. Like we'll lose twice in the regular season and then we beat them in the playoffs. That's how that sort of stuff goes. So it's always tricky within the division to beat your rivals. But I think this is a game we're going to drop. I really do. I think it's the time of the season where injuries come into play. And, we have secondary issues. Sometimes defensive line, somebody's going to be banged up. We're going to give up a big play that we're not supposed to give up normally to a young quarterback. And, I think the Bears lose 28-13.
28-13. JJ McCarthy finally gets us. Okay.
Yeah, because if we got a banged up secondary, there ain't no telling what a young kid that's building on his confidence can do.
I mean, who banged up? If it's Zay,
I'm saying like if Brisker or Gordon
we good, baby. If Zay come in, we straight, man.
Hey, remember. Oh, I know, Frazier. But look, I'm a Chicago fan. I'm always scared and wondering what's gonna go wrong next. I live on the edge of on my seat with every play because it's always something around the corner ominous. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I feel that. We all lived it. We all Bears fans, so we all know how that go. I do have the utmost faith in that secondary. And when I talk about the depth, I know Ryan Poles would talk about depth, and he trusted the depth of the O-line last year, but that was BS. But the secondary depth is definitely on point. I'll go. Wes, was yours an L? You had an L?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
We got 2 L's. For game 2, I'm gonna go win again. We're gonna win again. I don't think it's gonna be different. I think Brian Flores is gonna try to switch it up and be even more exotic than his exotic defense already is. But I think we're gonna go to Minnesota and win again. We're not gonna lose in the division right now. Not right now. I think Ben Johnson has had success in this division, and I don't see why it can't keep going. People can say, well, that was because he was with the Lions. Well, I think our roster, if you want to be 100, I think our roster stacks up good with the Lions. And even in the past, going back to when Justin Fields was here, even when Mitchell Trubisky was here, I think our roster stacks up good with the Lions. So if you want to talk about Ben Johnson having success with the Lions and it's not going to translate, I think it will. This is a W for the Chicago Bears on the road with the Minnesota Vikings. And my score will be... I wish I wrote down the score for the first game because it won't be the same. We'll probably score less points. I'll go 17-14. 17-14, hard fought. This is gonna be one of those type of games where the offense starts slow, doesn't get going for whatever reason. Gonna send some blitzes. I don't know. 17-14. JJ McCarthy is not beating us this year. I just can't see it unless he shows us early on in the season. If we're gonna lose to the Vikings, they're gonna beat us both times. I don't think it's gonna be no split, and it's all gonna be because of JJ McCarthy and what he shows to be as a quarterback. So it's a W for me. 17-14. They made a lot of moves in free agency, kind of like we did. Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, I think that's his name, and then they had like 3 new old linemen that even we talked about, West, with our free agency wish list. So I don't think it matters. 17-14, Ben Johnson got his thumb on his division going back to when he was in the Detroit, and it ain't going to be no different when he comes to Chicago. What you got, Jeremy? Let me get you right.
Thank you. I was going to say Bears 28-10 win. I don't know why we just assume JJ McCarthy is going to be good. Mm-hmm. Like I get that Kevin O'Connell's good. Yep. I get that but Josh Dobbs wasn't good in that system. I don't know. I don't think that everybody can be an elite quarterback, and I don't think JJ McCarthy is going to have a good rookie year. I think they would. I told you. I think I was talking with Wes before it started. I think they made a mistake by not going to get Aaron Rodgers and letting him sit one more year with the roster that they have everywhere else, the weapons they have everywhere else, the offensive line's in good shape. I don't think JJ is going to be good. I just don't. And then you can say like, oh, at Michigan, he didn't need to throw the ball because they ran the ball so well. And sure, true. But we also just don't know how good of a passer he is. He has not a ton of experience throwing the ball all over the field. So I'm not convinced he's going to be good. I like the Bears to sweep this series. I think they're going to win it in convincing fashion, 28-10. Not everybody can be an elite quarterback, and I think this is a guy who's going to be somebody's got to be, not in the top half of the NFL, and I think JJ McCarthy is that guy.
You say somebody gotta not be in the top half of the NFL. I'm guessing we got Jared Goff. No matter what we think of him, he's in the top half, right?
Yes.
Is Jordan Love in the top half? Fellas? No, we got to know. Ronnie, Wes. Ronnie say yes. What you got, Wes?
Nah. Situational. Just like we talked about when we said, well, JF went somewhere else, would have been a little better. It's situational.
That's hard. I think the Jordan Love one is hard because, like I said, perception is reality. And realistically, no. Realistically, no. He is not. But perception is reality, and his perception that he is. So I'm gonna say yes. So we got 2-2. I just wanted to see what we thought about real quick about the divisional quarterbacks. Caleb, let's go, Caleb, real quick. Top half or no? Yes.
I'm gonna give him top half. I mean, given what he did, if you look at kind of what he did last season, the only real negative a lot of people can put on him is not winning games and being sacked a lot. And
top half. So when we say top half, the 32 teams, fellas.
Yeah, I'm talking about 14, 15.
You can name 14, 15 guys up that's better than Jordan Love.
Okay. That's better than Jordan Love.
Okay. I just asked the question. I ain't gonna quibble with it.
Turnover machine. Machine.
I was gonna say, because if you want to throw like Jaden in there, CJ in there, I think Dak is better than him. Like you said, Goff. You got Stafford,
Burrow.
Then you go Burrow, Lamar. Then you go to the Allens, the Burrows, the Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think Russ is better than him.
Herbert.
You got Herbert up there.
Okay. I just wanted to know. Just see. We haven't had we got two new guys in here, really a debuter. So me and Wes have had these conversations for
I like Jalen Hurts, so I put Jalen Hurts.
I say not yet. I say not yet on a Caleb being the top half. I say not yet. He's on the cusp, but not yet. Quite
you
yet.
Got 15 guys better than Caleb.
It's the experience. If I had to choose, there'd be some guys that would probably fit into that system that would know what to do, know where to look, know the system, and probably run it a little better at this point than Caleb. Yeah.
That is interesting. That is, I got Caleb top half, but y'all know I'm probably the biggest Caleb stan in here. I don't know what Jeremy think. I still can't gauge where Jeremy at when it comes to Caleb for real, but. In due time, I'll figure it out.
Listen, Caleb is to me after this year, he's a top 8 quarterback in the NFL when it's done. It's top 8, top quarter of quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks in the NFL. With Ben going through the system getting in, I think he's going to be in the top quarter, meaning that you would, out of 4 quarterbacks, you would take him one most of the time. So let's see.
Okay. Do y'all know this? Y'all know Lily? Anybody know who Lily?
No, welcome, Lily.
Okay, I ain't going. All right. Like I said, I just wanted to gauge the NFC North quarterbacks because I think we had a conversation about this last offseason, but we got some new brilliant minds in here to help us, think critically now. So all right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next game. What we got? Was that the Vikings game? Oh man.
Yeah. This the game I don't know. I put a question mark on it. But since we're doing it today, I just want to put out that asterisk on it. I still got my question mark, but as of today, the Steelers game at home.
Yeah, go. I about to say, go ahead and introduce it.
Because it's the Steelers game at home, week 12. Like I said, I got us coming off a loss against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm putting it as a win, even if it's Aaron. I think at home, the Steelers, I think they got some things that they need to figure out. I mean, the best thing they did was bring in DK. That's it. So I got us winning 28-14. I think it's going to be a lot of I think we're capable of redeeming ourselves after losing the week prior. Way more. I think we're in a better position and got a better team to come back from some lows and some faults the next week and figure out some things, change things up, move some people around in order to win. I don't think the Steelers team is that Steelers team. They still probably go 500 because, that's just the NFL script for them for forever. Man, that was going to be. but I got us winning 28-14. Like I said, they got DK, so I know he's a baller. He might help them a little bit and get some other stuff.
They drafted a running back, one of those top guys. Who quick with their fingers? I got
it.
I know they drafted a guy, not just some regular dude. I think they had a couple guys, didn't they?
They got Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson. Out of Iowa. Okay. And I know, Jeremy, you wanted us to take him, didn't you? Yeah, I thought I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah. It looked like Will Howard is gonna be their quarterback.
Oh, did they take my boy?
Yeah, Will Howard. They took him in the 6th round. So you got Caleb Johnson and Will Howard coming to Chicago as of today. And I kind of want to go 31-14 now. But I'll stick to my 28-14.
So wait, without Rodgers, their quarterback options is Will Howard and who?
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
Still Mason.
Wow.
Oh, you gotta think A-Rod gonna return to Chicago this time. This game, right?
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay. Exactly. Who knows? And I think they opened the season against the Jets, and I think the NFL said it would have been prime time if Rodgers had signed there, because then you got Justin and versus the Steelers, then you got Rodgers versus the Jets. Oh, I would have watched that game. That would have been a great game to watch, especially with us being on Monday night. We got the whole day to watch other teams play. I definitely would have watched that game. Okay, so you got us that a win 30. What was it?
That's week 12.
Week 12, 30. What was your score?
28-14. I want to go 31, but I'm gonna go 28-14.
All right, I'll go next. Pittsburgh Steelers. That Mike Tomlin playoffs. I don't know. It don't matter who he got at quarterback. Seems like he's gonna be in the playoffs anyway. They do still got one of the best pass rushers in the league. Like I said, 7 of the top 9 sack leaders. Mr. Watt. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank on his first name. TJ. Yeah, TJ. Oh man, this O-line gonna be tested, fellas. Like it's a new revamped O-line, and if this was the old O-line, we would get crushed by all of these guys. We even talk Myles Garrett coming up on this schedule too, and that's not a good team overall. But we know what a D-line can do to a game plan, regardless of what you got drawn up. If you can't block them, all that shit go out the window. With that being said, with Rodgers, because I think we all got to do it this way, because I still think there's a chance Rodgers go there. With Rodgers, L. Without Rodgers, L. Chicago winning this game. This is a dub. Let me put it on my schedule. Ain't gonna be by much though. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. We'll put up 24-21. 24-21. Bears win. Ben Johnson help us keep scoring points, like I've been saying throughout this whole season so far. Especially Jeremy and Wes, y'all really been putting up the points. And I think that's going to be a theme of this season. 24-21, Chicago Bears win in Chicago, right? Yep, in Chicago. I think we ain't mentioned yet, Jeremy. If I had them, I'd be flexing them. But I mean, Mr. Season Ticket Holder, like I don't know if you want.
What games you going to?
Oh,
decided.
I'll go to them all.
I'm about to say, like, Jeremy, you ain't really flexed that too much. I would have been flexing at every chance I could.
Hell yeah.
You might have to come out there.
I mean, like, when it is great to have, I mean, I only have 2 seats. I have 4 kids. One has no interest in going. The other 3 love going. So we have to alternate who goes to what. So yeah, I mean, we've shared so many great times, like when the Bears lost to the Broncos, and then like when the Bears lost to the Packers, and when like one of my favorite games that we ever saw was the Bears Dolphins game that we lost in. That was because it was just a fun game to watch. So I would love a win. And now with the Arlington Heights news happening and all of that stuff starting to get going for 2028, I'm excited to see what happens. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go to Cincinnati as well this year. I decided.
Is that road?
Because it's going to be road, and it's going to be the backup bowl that I've proclaimed, and I love a good. I'm hoping that maybe I can get Mama Blue Smith connected with Daddy Bajent, and I can just make that happen for all of us. She needs that to happen. I'm gonna try to make that happen for her. So we'll see what happens. But this game, it's a dub, 35-17 Bears. They have no quarterback. We can say Aaron Rodgers might come. Yeah, I know, Mama Blue Smith. I know you're appreciating that, and I'm here to help. They have no quarterback. Will Howard is Will Howard, as Chef West said. Mason Rudolph doesn't sound like a real person. That sounds like if you were going to try to scam somebody, you would say your name is Mason Rudolph. That doesn't even sound like a real guy. And Aaron Rodgers is your hope, but I mean, let's be honest. In 2 seasons with the Jets, he fell down and got hurt for an entire year, and then he played very low, mid-level quarterback play, and he had pretty elite weapons with Breece Hall. He had Garrett Wilson. So I mean, and then he brings his cast of weirdos with him. He's going to sign Alan Lazard. Is going to be a Steeler. Like, no, bro. Who else wants Alan Lazard other than you, Aaron Rodgers? Nobody. I don't see it. I don't see that team being good, and I think this may be the year that Tomlin falls on the sword, because they have been mid, kind of okay, good in a division that they're now getting dominated by Baltimore in that division on a yearly basis, and he's the longest tenured coach in the NFL. But I sort of feel like this may be the start of the end for Tomlin in Pittsburgh. I don't think this team's going to be good, period.
Wow. You went so not just we're not just going to beat them down, but it's going to be the start of the end for Mr. Mike Tomlin. Okay, Ronnie, what you got?
Wow, you went kind of hard on old Mike Tomlin there.
Everybody's got their day, Everybody. Yeah.
It's true though. His days are numbered. It's coming to a close for him. But he had a good run. He had a hell of a run. He was a great coach, and he had some great teams. But I think we're Bears are going to win this game. It's going to be closer than expected. It's going to be a little crazy stuff happening. I think all this unexpected stuff that can happen. There's always a what the hell game, and this is going to be one of those where you don't know what's happening. And we're going to win 21-20. I think we eke it out, but we are going to find a way to beat them because just on paper and on the field, we're just going to be better.
21-20. I think that's the closest game we've had all season. 21-20. Okay, Lexit says, screw Caleb, trade him. He needs to apologize. Lexit, I wish you was here for the first segment of this show. We talked about everything you probably feeling right now when you're talking about Caleb, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people feel the same way as you do. We don't hear on this podcast. But look, we appreciate you being in the chat, though. Hit that like button for us. you and everybody else that's watching us right now, show some love to us. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. The Black Bear Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. We go live every Sunday during the off season, and we go live during every post game, and we do some pre-game shows as well if schedules permitted. Show us some love and help the channel grow. Moving on, we are breaking down and predicting every Chicago Bears game on the schedule. We just wrapped up the Steelers game. Now we're going to week 13. My personal most hated game on the schedule, 2 p.m. And I kind of gave it away because I'll ask us that question at the end, but who gives a fuck? Eagles, week 13, 2 p.m. road game. Like, I just want to complain right now, but I won't complain. I'll give my prediction. Actually, anybody want to go first before I go?
Jeremy, you want to go first? I think we undefeated because of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
At this
manifesting.
point, I've been trying not to keep track of what y'all been picking, but I don't know if I've seen a loss on this schedule. So yeah.
No, we're undefeated. We're 11-0 going into this game.
Oh my goodness.
And then when it gets done, guess what? We're gonna be 11-0-1. We're gonna tie. We are gonna tie the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. Our undefeated season ends not because we lose, but because we tie.
Oh, I might have to clip that one.
Still undefeated.
Headline,
kind of.
Chicago Bears
28. We're tying. We're gonna have that weird ass record where it's wins, losses, and ties. Mama Blues is losing it in the chat right now. She says, "Come on, man, you gotta get serious." Listen, it's late for me, and this is the fan fiction side of my brain. You know, I'm just trying to have a great time. I don't think we're beating them either. That's why I'm saying we're tying them, because I'm not letting us lose. I'm not accepting a loss. We're gonna tie them. It's a tie.
Okay. I guess I'll go next. I'll kick it off next. This is an L for me. I wish I could say a tie, but numbers just, you can't make them twerk that way sometimes. So I'm gonna go week 13 L and 2 p.m. That is one of the most gross start times I've ever seen. It's an L. Won't be by much. Last time we played them was 20-25 with Justin Fields as our quarterback. They didn't have Saquon, of course, but I'll go 21-14. Chicago Bears lose. We struggle with that D line of theirs, so that's that. I'm giving us that. That's an L for me.
Black Friday game, right?
Black Friday.
I got the Bears winning this one actually on a surprise, 27-20. Yes, the Eagles, they're unable. Too much turkey the day after. They're a little stagnant. They're slow. They can't get it up. Defense ain't gonna be what it was last year. I don't believe. I don't think Jalen's gonna do it. Yeah, I just believe the Bears got this game in the bag.
Wow,
27-20.
That makes me even more interested to see what Wes got to hear. What Wes got to say.
I'm realistic with West this season. What do you mean? Jeremy sucked all the fan out of me. He just took it all. He just took all my energy.
Trust your soul.
I love it. I love not having to be the one to dream, to be a dreamer.
Right.
But I got us losing 31-21. Defending champs. It's that, like you said, it's that weird game. And it's in Philly.
It's in Philly. It is in Philly.
And it's in Philly. I could probably eke us across if we was in Chicago for this on a Friday night, Friday afternoon in Chicago, kind of doing it. But Philly is weird. They don't care about stuff. So I don't think nobody gonna go to work that day. I don't think that bus.
They don't care about stuff. I love it.
They don't care. You know, they ride horses out there in the middle of the city and stuff. Ain't nobody gonna be on public. They gonna be driving. People gonna be pulling up on their horse, and you know, they gonna have Seabiscuit out there and everything tied to the pole, going into the stadium, rooting on their team. So yeah, I got us losing this one. I think it's gonna be like one of those hard-fought ones, but I think just at the end, this is gonna be wore down. Ben Johnson gonna kind of be down to his last bag of tricks, trying to go against this crazy lines on both sides of the field.
Yep.
And it's going, like I said, it's going. I don't think it's going to be like a bad looking game. It's just going to look like the defending champions going against a team that didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah, and that's a perfect way to describe it. That is the Super Bowl champion, so we got to give them some respect. Whew, this next game, like I said, and people who watch us week to week, they know where I'm at. I'm in Packer country. I'm in Packer Nation. Week 14, Green Bay Packers, and we coming to Lambeau, where Caleb, I almost said Caleb Fields. Caleb Williams is undefeated at Lambeau. Week 14, I'm gonna go first here, fellas. Mama Blues, we not losing to the Packers. Again, we have no excuse at all, because that roster just ain't good enough. The receivers just ain't good enough. This is a win for me. This is a win. Let me put it on my thing. There we go. Win. And it's gonna be decidingly. Hopefully Jalen Johnson don't fall down on key plays, and we good. Like you said, Jeremy, you said too many interceptions, right? With Jordan Love, and yes, he does. He likes to take his shots. He is a gunslinger. He throws the rock around the field, and that ain't gonna work this year. People ain't gonna be falling down. Christian Watson ain't gonna be good enough. If Matthew Golden was their first round pick, if he's going off, guess who we gonna put on him, Wes? Guess who we gonna put on him? Mr. Zay.
Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus. His name is Zaquantis or something like that. I forgot.
Is that his real name?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Zay Frazier. Locked him down in college. He gonna lock him down again if we need to. If Matthew Golden is giving us a problem. Look, W for me. I'm going into work on Monday because this is a Sunday noon game, right? I'm going into work on Monday. I'm talking my shit. I might wear my Bears hat. I might wear my Bears blanket on my back and walk in to work and just piss everybody off. Y'all don't even understand. I mean, piss everybody off. W for the Bears. I'm going to go 24-17. Chicago Bears win at Lambeau. Caleb Williams 2-0 in Lambeau. Don't be scared of the Packers, fellas. They just
I got it. His name is Zaquan Frazier. He gonna hit the Quan. He gonna hit the Quan on him when he get that pick 6 in Lambeau. But I got us winning this too. And I ain't nobody scared of no Packers. Nobody care about them. I got a close game though in Lambeau. I got us winning 24-21. Kind of, field goal winning it all, coming down, winning it all. Same way, same fashion, letting them know that ownership has been rescinded. The deed has came home back to Chicago. You get no discount double checks. You get no love. You won't get none of that. None of that here. None of that no more. None of that's going to happen. So I got us winning this one.
Okay. I got us.
Anybody else want to exercise their demons?
I feel sorry for you on this day, Mark, because you're going to have to go to work the next day explaining what happened, how we let it slip away, or how we didn't catch up.
See,
I got the Bears losing 31-28, but we fall down early, of course, but we're going to make our comeback, but we're going to fall short. But it's going to be enough for us to build for the next time we play them at Soldier Field. And that's when we got something for that ass.
Mama Blues isn't happy about this one. She said Ronnie.
I'm sorry, Mama Blue.
She said what? I mean, she yelled it.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
She yelled it.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. All right. Come on with it, Jeremy. You exercising them demons or what? I know we did it last year, but some people call it a fluke.
Listen, we're winning this game, obviously. We're winning it 52-9. You like burgers? How about a 50 burger? We're going to Green Bay and we're putting up 50. Ben Johnson hates Matt LaFleur. He is going to be yoked up for this game more than even going back to Detroit. He loves owning him. Mama Blues, I know you're with me. I know Mama Blues we're going to win this game big. 50 burger. They're not even getting 10. We're taking ownership of the NFC North back. This is the moment that we've waited for 20 years, and it has happened. And we put up a 50 burger at Lambeau. We beat them. Jordan Love is pedestrian at best. That's where I'm at with this. Apparently, there is a fire truck at my neighbor's house right now. I'm going to just peek outside and see what's going on. I will be right back. Give me a second. I don't want my house to catch on fire. I'll be right back.
Yeah, check on that for sure. Check on that. Wow. 50. Yeah.
Big numbers out there.
Hey, Wes. We on the same page.
That's some big dreaming right there.
Ain't it? Oh my God. 50. Look.
When was the last time the Bears even talked about the number 50? Jeez.
I'm with him when he talk about
yeah.
I'm with him when he talk about Ben Johnson hating. Ben Johnson will try to get 50, but you got the players. I don't know if the players gonna be exactly Mama Blues. Wes Jr. is wild. That's how you know Mama Blues been rocking with us from
I'm saving that. Let me take
since
a picture
last
of my
year.
phone. I gotta take a picture of that comment. That's all season, Mama Blues. I'm bringing that up every time. All right, Junior.
All right, let's move on. We got a few more games to get through, and that is not what I wanted to pull up. My bad, people. So you know it's getting late. All right, we got Cleveland, another top, probably the best, if you know, pass rusher in the league. This is a home game for us. We don't know if we're gonna be facing Shador, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett. Y'all got any more quarterback names that may be coming to Chicago?
Mark Rob, Ronnie B, Jeremy, Chef West. We all got a chance to start.
Exactly. Week 15 home game against Cleveland Browns. They also drafted Mason Graham. I think that's notable. I don't know if we too worried about it, but that's notable.
I like that Mason Graham looks like me. That's what I like about Mason Graham. He does not look like he would be a dominating football. He just looks like a guy. He just looks like me. I love that about Mason Graham.
The scary part about that, those are the dudes that are dudes. That, you know what I mean? Them the dudes that just play football. I don't care about your graphics and your measurements and this and that. They play football every day, in and out, day in and day out. I'll just keep playing football. Let's let Ronnie take this one first.
Okay, what are we talking? The Cleveland
Browns. Got to put the glasses on.
Cleveland at Chicago.
Oh,
I got
the
Bears
status.
I got the Bears winning. Not very big, but I got us winning. They got the quarterback carousel, like you said. Who knows who we're going to even be facing, and most likely not a lot of experience. Whoever it is, we're going to win 23-13. Bears defense is gonna own them kids. So I just don't really see them putting up a fight. Really, it's not going to be a contest. We're not going to have to do much. We're gonna play to the level of the competition basically that day, but more than enough to win.
Who Bear Truth, let us know who is it? Let us know. I'm with Jeremy. We definitely waiting, but okay, you got us winning. Say the score again one more time, Ronnie.
23-13.
23-13. I'll go next.
Thank you, OG Ronnie B. Thank you, Mama Blue.
This is a win for me too. It's definitely a win for me too. Like I said, I think Myles Garrett gonna be a game wrecker in this game. I don't know if double teaming or even chipping gonna work against him. So we'll see. We go see. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work against him. So I'm gonna go a win, but it's gonna be one of those grinded out wins where Ben Johnson gonna have to work harder than he thought he had to work when it comes to calling games. So I'm gonna go 20-13. They got my Ohio State boy over there. They drafted 2. Was it Dylan Sampson? I think they took Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson in the draft. I want to say passing game. I just don't think gonna be there though. Our DBs are too good. 20-10, Chicago Bears win. Defense keeps this a 10-point game for them, but they won't get much more than a touchdown and a field goal from me. So I'm gonna put a W on that. Wes, Jeremy, what y'all got? Browns.
I'll go. I got us. Are we winning? We're gonna win this game at home against the Browns. Like I said, they got Mason Graham. They got Keyshawn Jenkins. They did draft Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, but Shedor's going to come to Chicago because they done ran through all their quarterbacks like Swiss cheese and just trying to figure it out. It's just too big of a city for him. He's just going to want to keep his job. He's going to be a little timid. He don't want to make nothing bad happen. So I think we're going to be winning big. Got us winning 28-13. Like I said, 7 of those points are going to be scrap points anyway. So I don't think they're going to be too much to really worry about. I think it's going to be 28-13, but it's going to look over a lot easier than it is. So I think it's going to be an easy game. Just the points won't reflect how bad. The box score might when it's everybody 8.
Okay, Jeremy, what you got for us?
Bear Truth has spoken on Wes's comp.
Oh, Tyrone Biggums.
See.
Never got that one.
Chappelle character. See, look, and this is one of those things where I didn't even. A lot of people like they love the Chappelle. I didn't watch the Chappelle show for real, so I don't even know.
It's old people like us that probably.
It was good. It was good. I like them.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who like the show, and I know it helped launch Dave Chappelle's career.
He won the Mark Twain Award.
You say what?
He won the Mark Twain Award.
Yeah. See, I just didn't watch it. That's one of I'm not a skit guy, so
yeah.
Well, let me tell you about this skit right here. The Bears get the win against Cleveland, but it's a weird weather game. Think about like that San Francisco game 15 years ago where the wind was like 80 miles an hour and no one could throw the ball at all. It's going to be a 7-3 Bears win because even 7 points is enough to beat the Browns. 7-3 Bears at home, Bears.
So he's playing second string the whole game?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You said not a Luther Burden and a Loveland touchdown this game? Like
no, we're gonna get one touchdown from Kyle Monungai. That's it. One Monungai TD. 7-3 Bears.
All right. Okay. All right, let's move on to our Green Bay game in Chicago. This is week 16, Mama Blues. To be determined, but I think they're going to flex this into a prime time slot. Maybe prime time slot or late afternoon slot. So I'll go first again on this one. I hate the Packers. I don't think they match up against us. I really don't. I don't think their team can hang with us. And I think the players on that team hate them just enough to beat them down every time. When Chicago wins, this time it's going to be worse than the first one. I think we put up 28 points here, and we only give up 17 now, maybe even 10. But I'll give them some cushion with 17. 28-17, Chicago Bears win. Even a worse beatdown than the first game. Packers just didn't do enough. They don't have enough. I think we improved too much to even compete for it to be a competition, a competitive matchup. 28-17, Chicago Bears win on the road and at home against the Green Bay Packers this season. It's only the Packers. It seemed like everybody gets scared when the Packers come up.
I'll pick my thing up. You keep saying I keep going second. I thought I would let somebody,
I'll go second.
Go right ahead, Ronnie. You got it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Wes. Yeah, this is the game where the Bears come out of the gates.
Did
This
you
is
have
where
us losing
Caleb's
the first
going
one?
for, huh?
You had us losing the first one?
Yes, we lost the first one. Yeah,
Okay.
I might.
Okay.
Yeah, but on the second time, this is when we come out of the gates. I think Caleb's going to go for 3 1/4. Rome and DJ both going to get 100. 34-17. That's going to be the score. It's going to be a rout. They're going to make it look kind of good at the end because most of the game it's going to be 34-10. They're going to get something late, but it's going to look bad for most of the way. It's going to be a beatdown coming at you.
Oh, Ronnie.
Mm.
I do concur. If I do say so. I got the Green Bay Packers winning 34-17 in a win. It's going to be 34-10 halfway through the fourth, and they probably going to score one more touchdown and we're going to run out the clock. It's not even going to be close. It's going to be when Green Bay realize that Jordan Love ain't nothing and that they're going to be forever at the bottom of the division for the foreseeable future. They're going to realize it's over with. All the commentators, Kyle Brandt is going to be going crazy on TV. Everybody's on, Jeremy's going to be on TV going crazy. It's going to be that. It's going to be that it's over. Yeah. Everybody that thought the Packers was something, it's going to be not. They're going to be questioning, and they're going to be trying to talk to some people at this point in time about seeing if they can get that pick and go get Arch Manning or something, because they're going to realize that love ain't love. It's just pure hate.
Jeremy.
I'm getting tired, guys. I don't have anything clever to say. I don't have anything funny to say. 28-3 Bears. The Packers don't get a touchdown. Jordy Nelson somewhere breaks his arm just because he's like sad. I don't know. 28-3 Bears.
28-3 Bears. Golly. That's okay. That's bold. Okay. All right. Let's move on. San Francisco 49ers. This is one of the worst games we had last season. We are on the road again. This is a primetime game, Sunday night football for us. I'll go first. I'll take it away. Brock Purdy, no Debo. I just think the team is intact. The pieces can come and go, which we were talking about with the coaches earlier. This is a loss for the Bears. It's an L. I don't think we're at that point where we can go and take on teams like Baltimore or San Fran, even though San Fran, I don't think they made the playoffs last year. But still, the team is what they are. And if they don't exactly Bear truth, you know how this go. But it's an L for me. I'm gonna go 24-10. Bears lose. We only put up 10 points this game. Bear truth think it's a win as well, but not as well, but he thinks it's a win. 24-10. Bears lose for me.
I'm gonna jump in since I'm the number 2 commentator. I'm with you on this, Bear Truth. I know we don't agree on almost anything, but we're going to agree on this. The 49ers is building, and you know what just happened? They just gave Mr. Irrelevant $53 million. And more often than not, when people get paid, they get complacent. They get a little lazy. They kind of go down. And with the way that team is, losing some pieces and all that, what they lose, 11 starters, something like that? Like 11 people total on their team that was all starters or at least in the number 1 spot at their position in their rooms. And I think at this point in time, it's the Bears. It's the Bears. We already got the league on notice. Vegas is out there changing the odds and saying the Bears can make it to the NFC Championship as they keep rolling how they're rolling. And we're going to go up into the Bay and do them just like, the Warriors got did. Yeah, y'all was good, but you ain't no more. It's time to sit down. I got us winning big in the Bay.
Wow.
31-14. Y'all know I like my wide receiver, so I'm going to give Ricky Pearsall a touchdown. And if McCaffrey survives the season, I'll give him one more. And that's it. But it ain't gonna look pretty. I think we're gonna know who we are. We're gonna know what we're doing. Ben Johnson's gonna know what tricks to do, how to utilize everybody, some trick plays. Zai might come in as wide receiver in a slot, and, use that 4-3 speed and run a stream route, catch a touchdown. Because we just having fun at this point in time. Because we almost probably at this point. Oh yeah, we did. We locked up the division already at this point. So there we go.
Okay, fellas at the bottom, what y'all got for us?
I got the Bears winning 24-17.
Another win. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're just way too depleted to even compete with us. It'll be a road game late in the season, so we're only going to win by a touchdown or so, but we'll still get the win.
Still get the win, short and simple. Jeremy, talk to us.
Bears 38-34. We will at least have more than -3 total yards of offense at halftime, unlike last year. We will be above 0 yards of total offense at the half, and we will win 38-34.
38-34. I'm the only one that got us losing this game. That's crazy. All right. Well, look. That's the last game, right? Yeah.
No. We got Detroit. We got Detroit.
Oh, we got Detroit. You see my graphic got it. Yeah, that's not the last game. Detroit again. I don't know if y'all had what y'all had for this one in the first meeting against Detroit, but I had it as a win. I'll go first again. Win. I don't think Detroit makes the playoffs next year. The only way they make the playoffs next year is if the conference itself sucks as a whole. I think they take a major step back next year without Ben Johnson, because if Ben Johnson means that much to us, that means he meant that much to them. So losing him going to actually mean a lot. So the Bears win again. Mark that. This is going to be worse than the first one. I think we put up 31 on them. I don't think their defense is that scary. I didn't ever think it was. They're not the Vikings. 31-17, Bears win. This is a home game, right?
It's a home game for us.
Home game exactly. So I felt the vibes. Home game, 31-17. Chicago Bears win again. We lose one game. I think I got us losing. Did we lose for me in the division? I don't think I got us losing in the division this year. Okay. Undefeated in the division. I'm rolling with it just because Ben Johnson is all about Ben Johnson, fellas. It's all about
He's
Ben
well
Johnson.
versed in the division.
Exactly. So 31-17 win.
Okay.
Oh, Mama
All right,
Blues.
I'll go again.
Come on, Mama
Mama
Blues.
Blues. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna go real quick. I got us winning too, 31-21. We had already won a division last week after we flying back from Cali. Happy. Now all the players gonna get in there with Ben Johnson, and they gonna think he's gonna be like, all right, guys, we locked up the division. Great season. That's how you start off. This is the new regime. But it ain't over. Detroit's coming in town, and I want to beat them even worse than I possibly can. I want to go for 51. They're not going to get 51 to end the season. They're going to end up with 31-21. And like I said, that last game against Green Bay is when Green Bay going to find out they ain't nothing in the division. And this is going to be the game that Detroit find out, well, you ain't nothing with Ben Johnson. And the Bears is going to win. They're going to win big. Get us a bye for the playoffs. And, we're going to be the talk of the town. Everybody gonna be a Bears fans. We won't have to worry about no Mitch Trubisky talk, no other quarterbacks, no Pacers, no Trestmans, no Lovie Smiths, none of that.
You want to go, Jeremy? No.
This is what being 16-0-1 looks like. This is what the vibe looks like.
Fucking dude, man.
16-0-1 looks a lot like wearing sunglasses at night. It looks a lot like, just vibing. And that's what I'm doing right now, because we're going 16-0-1. We're winning 42-38. We just play around with them just for fun. We're just kind of bored because we've been beating everybody by so much all year long. So we're like, all right, we'll let you play around. We'll let you hang in the game. 42-38, 16-0-1, and we're sitting in the 1 seed Everybody's got to come through Soldier. That's what it is. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
Talk to us, Ronnie.
Okay, last game of the season. We don't need it to get in, but Detroit does, and we mop them up. 38-24. We crush their dreams, solidify our spot in the division and in the playoffs. Like you said, they take the step back. 38-24. Bears with the victory, building momentum and positivity going into the postseason.
Damn, Mama Blues, you got us splitting with everybody. Okay. All right, and that's the last game. That's the last game of the season. Now, let's go around the horn real quick and let's what y'all got for our records? I will start.
We know Jeremy.
Oh yeah, we do. Mr. Shades. Now you just changed your name, Jeremy, guy with the shade. 11-6. 11-6 for me.
12-5.
12-5.
12-5.
12-5 and 16 and
16-0-1.
Oh, 16-0-1. I thought it was 16-1, but you're right. He had that historic tie in there. 16-0-1. Look, everybody. Remember these numbers. Remember the records y'all heard. I don't know if y'all want to take Jeremy serious or not, but when he get on here and talk about the wins or the losses, at this point, it's going to be only losses for Jeremy that he got to be answering for. Let us have it. Talk to us.
Listen, the idea was simple. I think we'll go 11-6. So I'm just going to say we're winning everything. And somewhere along the line, we're going to lose 6 games. I like my odds that way. That's it.
So okay.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to have the best record here among all of us. So that was my strategy. I'm sticking with it.
So he
playing the Price is Right. Everybody else bidding actual numbers. He gonna
99 cents.
$1. $1.
All right. Yes, sir. Wes, fire. Mark, fire. Ronnie, you didn't get one. Neither did you, Jeremy. Look, we gonna skip the favorites and worst tonight. It's getting a little late where we at. I know, Wes, you 2 hours behind, so it's damn near daylight where you at. But look, fellas, y'all got any last words y'all want to speak on when it comes to this schedule? If not,
I'm good.
Now, forever hold your peace.
I mean, it is tied the top 3 toughest schedules in the league this year.
Yeah.
Last year, I think we was tied around top 3 in the top 3 of easiest schedule, as they call it, or whatever. So it's flip-flopped. And honestly, like I said, last season, we was in a lot of games. We was in a lot of games with nothing. I mean, we scraped our way through. We didn't have like good leadership and all that kind of stuff. Like I said before, like I guarantee most people in the comments couldn't even name the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach, defensive back coach, O-line coach, D-line coach, So I think with this staff and what we got and the competency I expect, and the competency I expect from these guys, and especially because a lot of these guys is new. They have to, keep their jobs. Yes. I mean, besides like maybe Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen, everybody else can probably get replaced next season if they don't do their job correctly and right. So, and I think we're going to see a lot of that goodness. We got a lot of good leadership on that. And if you're watching, like I'm watching, these players look excited about what they got leading them and who they got in charge of those rooms. And in Hallis Hall right now, they are excited. They are relieved. And I think they're hungry and they want to go out there and get it. We're not perfect. The roster not perfect. Even if we pick out 53 right now, it's not perfect. We still got room to improve, which I think is a great thing to always have room to improve. But if we could make up 6 of those games, 7 of those games during that losing streak, maybe 4, 5 of them, we're looking at a 8-9 win team from last season. So I think this staff is not gonna let that happen. I'm not really scared of the schedule. The juggernauts is on there, and the Eagles and the Ravens, but every other game to me, honestly, is really a toss-up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we went 15-2. I wouldn't be surprised. I
wouldn't be surprised. I would be.
Nah.
Goddamn, I would be.
I'd be shocked as hell.
I wouldn't be. Like I said, we beat Baltimore, beat Philly. That'll surprise me. But a lot of these other teams, they dysfunctional. They got some stuff they need to clean up too as well. So,
all right, look. We got a lot more episodes to come before the season actually gets here. We got training camp to cover. We got even OTAs to cover before the season gets here. And look, Mama Blues, Bear Truth, Ricky, you probably not in here too, but everybody in the chat that was in here supporting us throughout this entire episode. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. That's again the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Look, I'm your host, Mark Robb. Co-host in the building with me, Chef West. Jeremy to the bottom of him. To the bottom of me, the rookie making his debut, Ronnie B. We will see y'all next week. Y'all have a good night. Get some sleep. Peace.
Peace.